You're listening to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Is it bunker shot day, Tony?
Is it ever?
Be right, baby. Oh, yes, sirree. Fantastic shot.
Hurrdat up the slope.
Oh, lips out for the eagle. Be right, baby. Oh, yes, sirree. Fantastic shot.
Taking no time at all. It's what you dream of, a putt to win the Open.
He has it! Ryan Fox, champion golfer of the year. He celebrates, and far away New Zealand celebrates with him. Fly ball, right field, going back is Bangs, back toward the wall. It is gone into the second deck. That's home run derby distance for Schwarber.
To right center field, Schumann will watch it sail over his head, up against the wall. Edmonds chugging around third. He heads for the plate. Throw from Chisholm is not in time. And there is that spark they were looking for. Ohtani doubles off of the wall to start the scoring.
He'll jump on this one, a high fly toward the triangle deep. Mullins going back. That sails on out of here. Wilson again. Fly ball up center. It is back. It is gone. Say goodnight, Wild Bill.
Good morning. Welcome in Hurrdat Sports Live, presented by Next Gen Male Medical. That's DB, representing our lovely Next Gen Male Medical gear over here. I'm Ravi, Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports HQ. What's up, DB?
How we doing?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
I don't know. My voice all of a sudden was like,
Well, that's because you started singing before you started talking, so you were kind of in the wrong register, I think.
The who?
The wrong register, you know?
Oh, sure. Is that what they call
It's
it?
a thing people say in singing.
The wrong register.
Yeah.
I was probably in the wrong
It's like an
register.
octave, like a register is like kind of a zone of tone.
Representing Next Gen. I'm just I'm hoping not to melt my face off today. I tried a couple times this week, but it just
pretty hot
to no avail.
It was pretty hot
to no avail.
Yeah, it's good. I think today's hottest too.
Yeah.
I think we're searching at triple digits today. I think
it's to the point where, and I don't remember. I'm sure there was a hot stretch last year,
99
or the year before,
99.
But I am very cognizant of like not turning on the oven or doing anything in the day. I've just kind of been like, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. But at one point, I keep my thermostat on 68.
Yeah.
It's brand new. It blew out about a year ago.
Yep.
Right?
Right after 2 years ago. 2 years ago.
Was that 2 years ago?
Yeah, because you were on Caleb's visit.
No, we were traveling together. And the AC went out. We were going to Big Ten Media Days.
Yeah, but it was right after Caleb's visit. That was 2024.
Oh.
Because last year was in Vegas. So 2 years ago was Indianapolis.
Oh.
Because I had watched your dogs while you were down at Caleb's.
Why weren't you with me last year? Oh, you couldn't fly.
Yeah, I can't fly right now.
Can you fly yet?
No.
So how are we getting there? You're driving. Am I riding with you?
I don't know. You guys are flying, I think. I don't even know if I'm going right now.
I'm sorry?
I don't even know if I'm going.
A week ago, it was, do I want to ride early with you?
I know. Things have changed in the last 2 days, apparently.
Are you guys going?
I was supposed to be out to talk about that.
Yeah, at some point. I'm still waiting on an answer.
Really?
Yeah. It's, business needs and whether or not I actually, I don't really do that much while I'm there, to be fair.
So we originally were going to do a show.
Yeah.
Who am I going to talk to? Am I going?
Josh.
Maybe I'm not going.
I think you are going.
I'll let you boy.
We're just going to send you.
See you.
You're just going to show up for the show one day.
What happened to the cool thing about driving and going a day early?
I mean, that apparently was not as important to other people as it was to me.
That's funny. No, so I guess it is ridiculously icky. I just don't remember it being like that.
I think when it got really hot last year, the humidity wasn't quite as bad. It's been thick for a while around here.
Yeah,
it's been a little rough.
thick's a good word.
It's
it is
heavy.
very heavy.
Yeah, it's heavy out there.
So I mean, I contemplated. Well, Saturday, I didn't eat all day. I ate a little. I ate at the.
So you had the wedding Saturday, right?
Yeah, they had the chicken, beef.
You went double protein on them?
Yeah, I had a few potatoes though.
Okay.
Like they were like mashed with these little bacon bits, but I stood a lot because I talked to. One of my coaches is really, really funny. Well, they all are funny.
Yeah.
So Brett was to my right,
okay,
my immediate right, and Zach Malloy was to my immediate left.
Mm-hmm.
So all three of us were in a row at the table. So it's. And I think that who was to his? No, Jernigan got booted. He was back with. You should have seen his outfit. Oh, he was vintage Jernigan. But so I stood a ton.
Yeah.
But they have this thing where it's tradition. I think it's East Coast. I thought it was just an Ohio thing, but it's not.
Might be like an Italian thing.
Everybody apparently makes cookies.
Really?
And it is a huge deal. They had a
so
wall
like
that
guests
long.
bring cookies?
Yes.
Oh.
And there's like designated cookie makers, and they had a wall. It was this wall here.
Dang.
There had to be 30 different cookies.
Jeez.
Dead serious.
That's crazy. I've never been to a wedding.
You have like these little cool bags and this to go things. And so it was at the DC Center. So there's 3 bar stations. So it's from one corner of the room to the other, but the cookies were in the corner.
Yeah.
So that thing kept a ton of traffic. So if you're waiting for a drink, I mean, I would have suggested, had it been me, maybe just getting 3 at a time. But I mean, hypothetically. But the cookie corner. So I didn't use the inside. Yesterday I grilled pork chops.
Okay.
Did I use the oven? What did I do with the oven? Yeah, I turned it on for a second, but man, your boy's not trying to. But I don't want to eat out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I got you. So Natasha made something in the oven yesterday, and it raised the temp by about 3 degrees.
Dude, that's low. That's fortunate.
Yeah.
So Zoe likes these bagels from a particular company.
Okay.
And it's a very small, quaint spot. It's on about 38th and Center.
Okay.
So it's not a quick shot, or it is a quick shot from Dream City, because I'm at Dream City, so it's like it's in Canfield Plaza, which is off Center. So it's a straight shot. And she's a little ahead of me in the car. And she comes back around the corner and she goes, "Oh, no hot breakfast items." I go, "Huh?" She said, "Yeah, come here, read the sign. Cold menu only."
There's like, we're not cooking today.
Well, it's so small.
Yeah.
They said the ventilation system couldn't handle the stove, the range being.
That makes sense.
Can you imagine?
But sometimes I'm guessing if 38th and Center is probably an older building, you gotta be careful.
It's
with like
really,
the electrical.
it's really old. It's cute. It's kind of cool inside. Yeah. Super teeny bathrooms.
You gotta be careful with the electrical on those sometimes when it's like that hot and you're running everything.
She just likes the bagels and cream cheese anyway, though. So
yeah.
Got a couple bagels, came home and made Mike our own breakfast sandwich. But that's how hot it was.
Yeah, there's like, nah, we're bagels only. We're not doing anything.
So what? How did Ragbri turn out for people?
Ragbri,
the bike race.
Oh,
I mean, they were going through all these stations with semi trucks and water and buses and stuff in case people pass. I'm like, I don't know, man. It might keep your boy at home.
Oh yeah, there were. I mean, it was rough. It was rough out.
Might keep your boy at home. And then even Friday, we were at Werner, and that was hot.
At the ballpark?
Yeah. And it was nighttime.
You just went for funsies?
No. So Marty had a deal. They had a Storm Chasers had a thing called, it was All Things Nebraska. So he just had different Nebraska personalities.
Oh, that's cool.
So like Chattel was there, Kyle Peterson, Crouch, Jed and Jake Ortmeyer.
Oh, nice.
Who else? Antro Taylor.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Who was a treat.
I'll say you love Antro.
I do.
Yeah.
I think he thinks it's weird.
You say that about everybody that you
but
like.
But he gave me, he's like, man, love you too, man. Appreciate the support.
If he said love you too, you guys are fine. He doesn't think it's weird.
Yeah, I hope not.
Because like if somebody like if it were me and somebody that I was not too sure about or just didn't know that well was like, hey, I love you, man. I thought it was weird. I'd be like, hey, I appreciate it. Like I'm not hitting him with the love you
Hey,
too.
how's that go again?
I mean, hey, I appreciate
Rico, guess what?
I appreciate
I wouldn't
you.
say those kind things to you. By the way, good to see you. You were out of control of the text this weekend.
What did I do? I didn't do anything.
Well, let me see what do we have for Rico.
Who
this
was the
weekend?
first one to drop the feces emoji? Was it Rico?
What feces emoji? I don't see poop.
That's chocolate pudding.
No, it's not. Stop it. It's actually supposed to be chocolate ice cream, but it's not.
Yeah.
I don't see. Where's a poop emoji? I don't see a poop emoji.
Is that? Am I misremembering?
You might. Be
You were
able to-
talking to your other favorite Latino.
Oh, you know what? That was the one with Jacob. Sorry, Action Jackson. But
with Matt Jacob.
Yeah. No, I'm looking dead at it. Am I not looking dead at it?
Which chat are you in?
Where did-
I'm sure this is great radio.
Yeah, that's not good.
It's all right. We're not on the radio anymore anyway.
Yeah, if that was me, you'd be mad. I'm not supposed to say that.
Oh, that's why I connected it. I corrected it. Not on the radio. It doesn't matter.
How did tennis go?
It was all right. I lost in the final, so I got second place.
I saw the
Yeah, we brought it with us to represent the Cornhusker State Games, our friends over the Nebraska Sports Council. So we got
congratulations.
our silver medal.
You said the 2 matches in one day got you?
It was tough. Yesterday I did the semifinals and the finals. The final was tough. By the time we started, it was about 11
when?
a.m. And so it was like sun's directly above us. We wrapped up. It was about a couple hours. And so that was
Fatigue makes cowards of us all.
it was about 4 hours.
Did you have to go against like a 20-something?
No, he was, I think, a little younger than me, but he was a style that I struggle with a little bit. So
Is he serve and volley?
no, I actually had to go to some serve and volley against him to try and throw off his game a little bit. He's just one of those guys that like gets everything back, and so it's really, really challenging to.
Oh, his return game. Does he
Yeah.
play it from the baseline?
Yeah, very baseline
Oh.
heavy.
You ever played against ping pong people like that?
Yeah,
It's annoying.
it's tough. I mean,
Yeah, that's Tom Thompson to the 10th power.
a lot of people.
It helps
use,
that he's 6'7", but
yeah, and
that's how Bud is too.
pretty athletic family.
But he's
too.
ambidextrous,
Yeah,
and you just get you just mess. You're just gonna mess up.
he's also one of the fastest people alive. So with some of the best reflexes alive, that's not going to go your way.
Yeah.
But no, he was a very solid player, and but it was the way I would have needed to play. A, I need to practice more at, and B, was a lot more physically demanding in terms of like getting to the net and stuff. And so like it was a lot by the second time.
Really?
Yeah, second go around.
So are you hitting next gen today?
I need to. I honestly like after the first one, I was like, yeah, you think Nick can get down here with an IV? people were pulling out there were people throwing up at like just around the complex.
Yeah.
Like people were just like cramping and pulling out a mat. Like it was tough out there.
So I trained Palmer Saturday.
Mhm.
It was 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
And Breeze, Michael wanted to go. A couple of the older guys, he wanted to go get some DB drills. I mean, it was gross at like 9:20.
Yeah, I think it was like 85 by like 9 o'clock.
No, so when I got in the car,
Mhm.
that gives me 2 temperature readings. So at 10:10,
Mhm.
it was 91.
It was rough.
I was
it was pretty rough.
it's gonna be a long day.
Yeah. My first match yesterday was at 8, so it wasn't terrible to start because I had a little bit of shade.
And you were at the Woods?
Yeah, I was at Woods Town Center, which is a phenomenal facility. I had never been there before this weekend. They've got 12 outdoor.
What way did you go to get there?
So that's it's the funniest part about that.
What?
My GPS took me to and from a different way each time.
Really?
Yeah.
I could see that.
I
though.
came in on 6 one time. It took me down 56 one time. It took me down 180. It took me down
56, huh?
Yeah, it took me down 27th once. Actually, it took me down 27th twice, but had me go different ways each time. It took me from 27th to or it took me from 27th to where would it have been? Cornhusker one time, and then it took me from 27th all the way down to 10th by the stadium one time to get on the like literally every time I was leaving or going to Woods, it took me a different way.
Kind of feel like that going home. I think Suave, if you were at the stadium or somewhere downtown, do you get, if you're coming to Omaha, would you get on a 9th Street exit?
Yeah.
Yeah, I sometimes like leaving the stadium because I'll come out by where the dorms are, Rico, close to 16th, where the Bob is, and I'll just get on Cornhusker to get on and take it to 84th.
Yeah, that one's
pretty good. I mean, I live past
the 84th Street exit for me to my house is like 27 minutes.
Yeah.
Like 9th Street is going away from my house, but I get the fact that it's relatively close to the stadium. But by the time I drive past north to Superior and to the exit, I figure, shoot, that's getting me to Cornhusker.
My favorite way, the way that I found the least annoying was 84th to Cornhusker, or 84th all the way down.
I just think it's easy.
Yeah.
I almost never, ever, 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 ever go out 27th Street exit.
It was terrible.
But sometimes if I have Big Red wrap up, I get off on 27 because it's on 33rd Street.
So that's Woods is on 33rd also. So it's
I just wondered how
it was literally different every time.
56th Street exit is easily the one I use the least.
Yeah.
I'd have to be coming like either Ceresco. Like I was just never on it.
Yeah.
And I lived off of 44th and Layton.
It was 56 was probably the most annoying one in the way that it took me. It was 27th wasn't bad, but I didn't like it when it took me like all the way down by the stadium. That was annoying.
Like, Rico, you prefer to drive in Omaha?
For a while, yeah, but I'm used to Lincoln now. I mean, it's now the construction's messing me up.
Go downtown.
Oh, I know. I've avoided it. I went down there once, and I've avoided it like the plague now.
Downtown
O Street is like
downtown Omaha.
Oh yeah, with the rail.
Oh, I don't. Yeah, I don't have to go down there, so I don't.
Rico, it's made up.
It changes every day too.
It's not even like on the dots or the hashes. It's just however you can get through.
Yeah. It's just figured out. We have cones set up. Figure it out on your own.
Yeah. I'm dead serious.
It feels like a road race. Like they just change it every day and wherever.
I feel
the
awful
cones
for
are.
just keeping you on your toes.
All and just like some of the businesses down there.
Oh yeah, it's been tough. I think for some of them.
Like Block's parking was already minimal.
Oh yeah.
Then you go right there. I don't know how they're doing it.
It's pretty.
It's pissing my barber off because one of his favorite. He likes. Have you ever been to All American?
Oh, burger.
Yeah. He swears by that place.
No, but I know where it's at.
And
I've driven by it several times.
And he lives down there. His condo's down there.
Yeah. He stays.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
Well, I think I'm not gonna out this person, but I know somebody that moved to Blackstone recently.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, this is great. And then they started the construction like a month later, and he's like, oh, this is terrible.
Man, if I lived in that area, I'd
have to rethink some things. Like if I didn't own a house there.
If I lived in that, there's a lot of tempting spots to eat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be a challenge for your boy.
There's some good stuff down there.
Mm-hmm.
There's some good stuff down there.
Yeah.
Funky, Omaha is easier to navigate. There's just certain sections right now because of the construction that are just a nightmare. I mean, like there's nothing you can do.
I agree. I mean, they make it pretty.
Like, I mean, it's much easier to navigate than Lincoln, I think, in terms of just now. That's not counting traffic or other drivers or things like that. Just like knowing how to get places is easier in Omaha. The other factors are what they are at this point.
The wedding was at St. Pat's, so I took from my house. I took it to Dodge and then Dodge 180th North.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like that song. It's a whole new world. I'm never over there.
Wait, so 84th and where?
No, 80th.
Oh, 80th.
So 180th.
Okay.
From Dodge. Just heading.
Yeah, I know where that is.
Straight north.
Yep, I know where that is.
I was like, oh, this is a nice Costco. oh, this is a nice. Oh, they built an Osaka hibachi. Like,
what do we got out here?
it was so bad. Now, keep in mind, I'd never lived south of Maple.
Yeah,
like
you just hadn't gotten west of it.
I just hadn't. I hadn't been over there in so long. I knew I was going to take a left on Maple. I almost missed it because I'm not used to taking a left from 180 to get onto Maple. And it looked kind of made up.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this is my turn.
I've done that when we go out to Indian Creek for the Pinnacle Bank Championship.
So that's the way I would go, but I would take 192nd.
So, but I missed the 192nd turn like half the time. It just like sneaks up on me.
Kinda.
And it's not like it doesn't seem as big of an intersection like it should be.
Yeah.
Like 180th
I
does.
didn't love that way.
Going 192nd. It's very windy.
So to get to Indian, it's like 24 minutes for me, 25.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's not bad for me because I just pop out on Dodge because I'm right there. But it's like once you get on
that northwest corridor up there is the only place in the city I can't get to relatively quickly.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, everything else is because I'm right off the interstate.
That's true. That is like a kind of, if you're not over there, a ton has gone up over there.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, when did they build this Osaka? And who's eating there? That's a nice big building.
So my buddy in high school lived in Elkhorn. And like I specifically remember we used to drive out there on Maple, and there was basically nothing past 144th.
And keep in mind, I grew up off Maple.
Yeah.
I grew up between Maple and Fort.
And so like we would take Maple out to his house, and there was basically nothing after 144th. After a while, they put the high V up at like 156th, I think.
That was my jam.
But then it was just barren. It was farmland from there all the way out. And this is 20 years ago. And now it's literally just there's stuff the entire way out.
So for laughs and giggles, I came all the way east I stayed on Maple.
Yeah.
Like I didn't want to coming
over.
out of the church. I didn't cut over and go to Dodge. I was like, I'll go back towards where I used to live. So I'm on 168th, 156th in Maple. And I'm like, oh man, it's like all that, we're Stoke and Goat and Hy-Vee. There's so many different things in there now.
We've gone to that restaurant a few times.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
It's okay. That elite appetizers, my entrees were a little.
There's a couple entrees I've had there I really liked.
I thought their apps were.
The apps are really good.
I thought their apps were elite.
Yeah, really good appetizers.
I had a vice. Actually, Sadie would know about this if he's in the chat this morning. 7 Monkeys used to be there. Now that was my vice.
Yeah, no, I remember that place.
Yeah.
Is that in the same spot?
Yeah, exact same. Yeah, that's that building.
I knew it was in that strip. I couldn't remember if it was in the same spot. I'd only been a couple times.
So, Rico? Do you have you're a donut guy, right?
I am a guy who enjoys food. Yes.
It Hurts or Square Donut?
I've never had Square Donut, but I think Hurts is doing too much sometimes.
Hurts has the slogan "Glazed like a champion," right? In Lincoln, are they the one off of 9th Street by the railroad? Where did I go get donuts with Zoe, and I got cracked for like $4 for one donut, but only paid 18 for the dozen.
That might have been her. They're the one that have fruit pebbles and like Oreos.
Yeah, it was Hurts. So he's in the chat. Part of my demise is because of that guy, Sadie. Dude, I would be in the kitchen.
That's not surprising at all.
In the kitchen. Back there.
That's kind of where you like to go.
Just chat. I don't know how I got in so good with it.
I mean, if you're there all the time.
One of their chefs was like in the kitchen. So it's pretty good, A-Train? I'm curious.
I don't know that I've had that one. I've definitely had
Ryan's. That's funny. So what's splitting the difference? He said, went to the Ivy on 156 in Maple yesterday while I was in town. I'm not sure if we will ever go to the Fremont Ivy again. Wonder what's splitting the difference. So it's got to be, if he lives in the east side of Fremont, it's probably only a 25-minute drive.
Probably, I would guess.
Straight out Maple, you hit Valley.
Yeah, probably. I mean,
25 minutes?
Maybe 30.
Would I drive 30 minutes to a grocery store?
I'm not.
Probably.
Would you drive 30 minutes to a grocery store if you had one like down the street?
So that's the problem. It's not that you have to drive 30 minutes to get to a grocery store. Is the grocery store that's 30 minutes away that much better than the one you're close to? Because like when I lived in
Listen, I will bypass occasionally a grocery store on 96th and Q to go to 82nd and 78th and Harrison.
But that's like 5 more minutes. That's a different conversation. Like when I lived in Ashland, there was a No Frills or something. I can't remember what's out there as a grocery store. And options were limited. And there were some. Also,
where did you grocery shop in Ashland?
So I would come into the Walmart on 370. Right off the interstate in 370. That was the closest one. Sometimes I would go in.
That's true, Sadie.
To what's the one on 204th by Elkhorn South?
Oh, that used to be my jam.
Family
right off
Fair?
of Pacific. Yeah.
So when I worked in Elkhorn before I worked downtown, I would stop there on the way home.
Now I did pass several grocery stores, Rico, to go to that one. When I lived on 148th and State, I would go to that Family Fair on 204th and Pacific because they had fruit pies.
Ooh.
That's understandable.
That was so long ago.
Scott says, never met a donut I didn't like. But yeah, the No Frills in Ashland was a little.
I just wondered if Square Donut had the versatility.
I've never had Square Donut. Is it good?
I don't know.
I've never been.
D-Hop just did a
review. Yeah.
He just did a deal for Hurrdat 1 for Square Donut.
DeAndre Hopkins?
For the 4th of July. So it got my attention.
Hertz is doing a little much for what I want out of a donut.
Would
Robbie, you would die.
Would Square Donut just give you a square fritter?
I don't know. Can you make a square fritter? I'm sure you could, I guess.
I mean, that would definitely be my vice.
I'd say you're a big apple fritter guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And
I mean, if they can make a square donut, I'm sure they can make a square fritter.
I've been off a cinnamon roll. It used to be my go-to. Like I'd had a cinnamon roll every place in the city. I haven't had a cinnamon roll in had to be 3 years, maybe.
Really? I'll say I know it used to be a thing.
Oh.
That's about one of the for apple fritters are about one of the only things like my dad will like indulge on.
They're probably my favorite. I would take a blueberry fritter too.
Okay.
But apples fritter is probably my favorite.
I do love apple fritters are great. Underrated.
Yeah. Huh. So Kobe, what's the spot in North Platte? It's a big enough town. Though.
Lee says it's limited, but so are my needs.
I didn't see any grocery stores in North Platte. I know they have them.
I'm sure they have them, but I haven't been to North Platte since high school, so I have no idea.
So I was on the highway.
Yeah, maybe they were just not right off there.
Yeah, it's a lot going on.
Usually, if you're gonna have like a Walmart or something there, those might be on the highway, but typically the grocery stores aren't. I don't think.
Let me see. Oh, Fresh Foods. Fresh Foods. It can't be very competitive though. So grocery stores in those towns, like who sets the market?
Whoever wants to, I guess. Because Walmart will be more corporate pricing.
Right.
So Fresh Foods will be, if that's I don't know if that's local or if it's like more.
But that Fresh Foods sounds like the type of mart I would prefer to be in though. Because those are the ones that I like.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. Oh, we got some Bear Claw fans in the chat.
Walk me through it real quick.
Bear Claw.
It's a Bear Claw. I'm gonna Google.
I don't know exactly what the definition. I've had them.
Are they not? It doesn't have a hole in it, right? Oh, well, they look like fritters, kind of.
That's what I think. They're just different shaped fritters, sort of.
I don't know. This one says with almond paste filling. I'm gonna have to pass.
I do like an almond filling. Yeah, I'll mess around with a Bear Claw.
God, those look. Oh, I see why they call them Bear Claws. Duh. Yeah, I'm not.
Oh, look at Austin. He's right on top of it.
That would not be my jam.
I like a Bear Claw.
So I'm guessing those are almonds. So that's the thing, right? Cream cheese. Nope.
I'm not.
No. Oh, now that looks okay. That just looks like a glazed donut.
That looks terrible.
AJ, is that what you see sometimes? Never mind.
Bro, sometimes that straight up looks like feet.
I was gonna say it looks like a foot.
You'd never catch me in public eating this. I ain't going headfirst into some toes to start my day.
This is what Rex Ryan eats on a park bench.
Didn't he just come up?
Rex Ryan.
Yes.
Yeah, he went to an Ella Langley concert.
That's Bear
Really?
Claw.
That is Bear Claw.
Rex Ryan went to an Ella Langley concert.
Who's Ella Langley?
Oh God, she's like
She's from Texas, I can tell.
she's like all the rage.
I don't know this person.
Oh,
Her and Big X the Plug are fake engaged.
Who's Big X the Plug?
I feel old, and I know I act like a child. This is
Well, and you spend time around like youth sometimes, so
probably no.
I don't.
My initial read is a no.
I do not recognize this person. What's like her famous song? Does she have a song that I would know? Anybody?
I don't know.
Bueller?
It seems like it's Enrico's alley.
She's from Texas, I can tell, by the way.
That's Big
That's
X.
Big X. Yeah.
Hold on.
Big
Hold
X the Plug.
The Plug, yes.
That's his name?
He's actually smaller than he used to be.
So he's like smaller X the Plug?
I mean, he's still big.
Okay.
Does he have any songs I would know?
Safe to say I'm the biggest, the largest.
Nope.
Oh, I know him.
Yeah.
It's the biggest, the largest.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that song.
Yeah. He's got a lot.
That doesn't sound familiar.
He's actually in my Spotify.
Big X the Plug. I'm gonna be honest.
I know you've heard this song.
That seems like an odd pairing.
Why, Ravi? Why does it seem like an odd pairing?
Look at him.
He's funny.
Big guys need loving too.
That's fine.
And he got money.
He said, "Look at you can't do that.
Why not? If you're gonna post shirtless pictures on the internet, I can certainly judge him. I think that's fair.
That is so wrong." Oh man,
Does
He seems like a great dude to hang out with.
I'm sure he's a fun hang, but like, I'm gonna be honest, feel like
you hadn't heard this?
it sounds like somebody recorded a fart.
I'm the biggest, the largest.
No, I don't know that one.
Oh yeah, that used to be on all the TikTok.
You're living under a rock.
I mean, maybe I heard it on TikTok.
So he is considerably smaller now.
That's a big boy.
Yes, he has lost a ton of weight.
That's a big. He needs to go next gen.
He's still a bit. No, that's his thing. He's a big guy.
Because there are lots of little X's.
Because he used to be a plug. So he used to sell drugs. And he said that if you're skinny and sell drugs, then you're not doing it right.
Which isn't cool, by the way. Don't sell drugs.
No, you didn't, Juan.
I thought when you said the plug, I thought you meant he was like a D tackle.
Dude, why?
He did play football, and there's tape of him, and he's surprisingly athletic for how big he is.
He didn't. Scott Big X never met a donut he didn't like either.
That's true.
How did I not know who Ella? Can somebody just give me an Ella Langley song?
I had heard of Big X the Plug. I don't think I had heard.
I
of
feel
Ella
like I
Langley.
listen to quite a bit of music.
You do, and you are around a lot of the youths, and so
Yeah.
they keep you up to date on a lot of that stuff. I'm not, so I don't really, unless I hear a song on like TikTok or something. I generally don't know.
Wait, who is that?
That's me. I'm doing a cartwheel.
That's a Big R the Plug.
Did you stick the landing?
I did. Yeah. No, I've got a.
Oh, I'm pretty good at those.
We've got it on the.
You know who taught me?
Who?
Zoe.
Really?
Yes. Like legit.
So this is you can hold this down. You can kind of see
That second shot almost looked like you're just doing a handstand.
see
Oh, that is hilarious.
landed it. We were a little dicey right here. It was unclear if we were going to land it, but we pulled it out.
Were you driving your own cart?
Yeah.
Appointment viewing for you guys watching the World Cup?
Right there. That was when we weren't totally sure we were going to land it.
He's like, uh-oh.
That's the quintessential picture of somebody who's about to fall backwards.
I didn't though. We stuck it.
Yeah, boy.
Stuck the landing.
When was that?
Your left leg looked a little awkward in that last picture.
That's all right. We figured it. That was last week at the Sunburst Invitational. Our friends over at Sunburst Media and Communications.
Did you swing it well?
No, not at all. I putted pretty well.
Do you?
Yeah, I did not swing it well. It was a tough day. Tough day at the office.
I lost my head covers, or at least one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what happened to it.
I can't help you there. I don't know.
No, I know. I don't even know I said that. Appointment viewing for the World Cup?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
What about you, Suave?
Didn't watch a single second.
The numbers will drop about 10 o'clock today? Is that right, Neutron? It felt like everybody was watching.
I was watching.
I saw so let's say I saw between Friday and yesterday, because there were 2 at service too. The only jerseys I saw were Argentina. Messi.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. There's not like, I know like Lamine Yamal is like an up and comer, but he's
nobody rocks with Spain.
He's 19. It's just, I think it's an individual thing. It's more about like Messi's.
How about both teams starting a teenager in the World Cup?
Well, there was multiple on Spain. They've got a defender, a pretty good defender that's 19 as well, besides Yamal. And that's so they might be pretty good next time around too.
But can you enlarge that? Can you make that bigger? Thank you.
It's projected to reach an estimated global television eye 1.8 billion.
1.8 billion,
surpassing
quarter of the world.
It's a quarter of the world's population,
surpassing 1.5 billion who watched in 2022. And so, had we settled on Qatar? Because I hear sometimes now national people going back to Qatar.
I prefer Qatar personally.
Is it Qatar or Qatar?
I'm gonna keep saying Qatar.
I know.
That's because you just think it sounds funny.
No, Qatar sounds funny. Qatar sounds normal.
At least phonetically, that's closer.
I don't know.
Qatar is what my uncle plays at Christmas.
No.
There was a sitar reference in there, but I was going to let that ride because I don't think most people know what that is.
It's sort of like an Indian guitar. I know you know, but I was letting the podcast people know.
And therefore, it wouldn't have been as funny.
Yeah, it's not like Middle Eastern.
I did like the Indian guitar reference.
I mean, basically, it is. It's a little differently shaped, but
yeah,
there's actually a very famous Ravi that played the sitar.
So they're not funny jokes when you're gonna just eat it. So I feel like I have to be very casual.
I'm a big Ravi Shankar fan.
Dude, see, now it's not funny at all because
that's a real guy.
Yeah, and it's a real thing, and he
played with the Beatles. He's also Norah Jones's dad.
Norah Jones, I thought, was going to be sensational.
I mean, she's really good. She didn't have the mainstream success after the initial album, but
she came and went.
Yeah,
I used to have a thing for Nora's music.
I think that
that's not really. She looked a little.
What is that?
That's a sitar.
Yeah,
it's like an Indian guitar. I mean,
yeah.
Oh,
anyway, I have some questions though.
There actually used to be a really good Indian restaurant called the Sitar.
The Vuvuzelas. No. Are we cool with the hydration breaks?
I think they're a little like, let's just call it what they are. It's a commercial break. Like, that's just, hey, Fox wanted more commercials. I get that it's hot out. It's not hotter than it was in Qatar. You know what I mean? However we're doing.
I just don't think I love it.
I don't either.
It's not part of the game.
It also is. I feel like I'd be hypocritical if I was hammering Yannick Sinner for not being able to deal with the heat and having getting a break when the roof closes and stuff like that. But then no, I'm cool with hydration breaks. That's not what they were trying to do. And then we're just like, hey, we're gonna break this thing into quarters because of reasons.
Yeah, I just don't think I like it.
I don't either. I'm out on hydration breaks.
Just because I just think the fitness.
That's part of it.
The flow.
The fitness is part of it.
And guys use the monitors.
Well, not just that, but it's
or I guess they would be tablets.
Yeah, they use the tablets. It's a opportunity for coaching that never existed in the game before.
Yeah.
Where you can kind of gather everyone together. Listen, if you want, I'm totally okay. If you want to run over to the sideline when you think you have an opportunity to get a drink, but the game goes on.
Yeah, I like Norah Jones, AD.
If you want to play 10 on 11 for 30 seconds because your boy needs a drink, that's fine, but you're going to play 10 on 11.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't have rules against it. Like, if we're playing soccer and you're like, hey, I need a drink, you run over the sideline and you're like, down in our end, we'll be okay for a second. I'm fine with that.
Hey, can I ask you guys a question? I know what Kobe's going to say, so this is for everybody but Kobe. So, obviously, I'm at Northwest. I'm at West Side, a ton of non-peak hours.
Yeah.
It's a community school. People use the facility a ton.
Yeah.
A lot right now for soccer. If it's not so much if you wheel equipment on the field, because people do it all the time. Mini nets, our goals, they roll. You clearly should take them off. That's not really my question.
Mm-hmm.
My question is, if you can't put stuff away, what do you think the coaching staff should do? Because we're always the first ones to know that it was left on the field.
So, like, someone else left their stuff on your field and did not put their stuff away. Like, what should you guys do with the stuff?
Daily.
Petty me says I would carry around like a bike lock, like one with like the chain. And
we have done that with the trash cans.
I'd just lock their stuff up.
Yeah. Okay.
That way they have to come find.
We have a coach that puts them in the most random places.
Yeah.
It could be under the deck. It could be under the bleachers. It could be out on the hill.
I would just.
And I was like, that's kind of petty. And he's like, do you want to clean up? It's just, so yeah. I just was curious.
So that's too much work to like go and put it all a bunch of different places. I would just lock it up.
If you do know the coach very well, ain't no hill for a climber. He's just gonna do it.
I'm not surprised. There's multiple guys on your staff that wouldn't surprise me.
And they do. Yes, sir.
Can you connect them to each end of the bike lock and then hang it on the goalpost?
I just don't know why people don't take it off the field.
I would lock it to stuff so they couldn't use it. Like, I would lock it to
like where it's cool enough to be allowed use. Like, we don't lock the gate. Like, just put it back.
Yeah. I think that's reasonable. It's a reasonable ask.
Shoot, Saturday morning, there were like 4 pair of socks and 8 water bottles and a Busch Light can. So, Amazing Daniel, that's the net. So that's what he wanted to do. Did you see what Amazing Daniel? That's what he wanted to do.
Amazing Daniel said, take it apart. Heath apparently is taking it. He says, once you've been tased enough, you stop doing dumb shit.
Whoa. Heath, did you poop your pants? I hear that happens when you get tased. Wait, he's been tased? I would contact who?
Which one of us hasn't been tased?
Kobe, I'm kind of a chump, man. I think sometimes we want to, but nobody wants to like tell. I used to piss Kirkman, our AD. I used to piss him off.
Yeah. I mean, I get it.
Like, just put it back.
Yeah. You're going to use it. You got to put it back.
Dude, you'd be amazed.
It's
all over.
Yeah.
And then, I'm training and stuff, so I'll politely tell them, hey, I know this probably isn't you. Can we just make sure? They're probably like, dick. But I'm not, I'm just saying, like, I just know what's going to happen to your stuff.
Well, yeah. I mean, you can't just leave your stuff around and expect nothing to happen to it.
Just curious to get your thoughts.
No, I'd be petty. I'd like lock it up. I'd make sure they couldn't use it.
Yeah, but that had me thinking that because of the world. He said,
I'm stunned. TK says, as someone who's been tased, I didn't poop my pants, but it was close.
Wait, TK's been tased? Was it practice for something?
Maybe.
This is how it feels? Maybe in one of his classes?
Yeah, I don't know.
Would I allow you to tase me no. I don't.
You don't want to just feel how it feels?
No.
Just a quick little tase on the hand. I'm not saying like straight up get you in your gut.
Nah, I'm good.
No.
I've gotten like pepper spray, like rebound before.
Dude, the outlet on my deck is black.
Mm-hmm. It kind of shocks you a little bit.
Yeah, it's black for a reason. That was plenty. That was just like a month ago.
Did you try to clean it with a fork? What are we doing?
I mean, basically. We're not going to get into how it happened, but Yeah, it wasn't a very smart decision on what I was trying to pull off. I paid the price.
When he interned with sheriffs, TK got tased.
Yeah. Okay.
I know when Jermaine went through, like, I know all the officers when they're going through training, they get tased.
I told you I saw him on television.
You did say that, yeah.
Yeah, he was taping off an area.
Yeah, doing his job.
He's so slight.
He's pretty strong though.
No, you could tell because he's kind of ripped.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
It was just funny because it was an awkward view. He was in the background, and he has a very distinct shape. You know, he's a little smaller, and he's like backing up, rolling the tape.
Yeah,
and he goes behind this part of the tree, and he almost got lost. You know, he was like backing up, unrolling the tape, and there was a little tree, and I was like, my man is amazing. He probably whipped that fitness test.
Oh yeah, he's in really good shape.
Yeah, he's in phenomenal shape.
Yeah, he's in great shape. He's a good athlete too. Like he's still good after it.
Does he miss coaching?
I think he's still coaching with Scott. I think he's still doing basketball, Scott.
How do you have part-time? How does he have? Is he 4-3?
He's either a 4-3 or a 5-2. I don't remember which.
He still has time to coach?
Apparently. Yeah, he's still with Scott though. I get
boy, he and Jerks, that ought to be that's a treat.
Oh, they get along great.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if you're on that, if you're coaching there,
yeah. I like Jerks a lot.
Me too.
He's good. He's a good guy.
Interesting. All right. So my last soccer question. Ravi or Rico, you're just out on soccer?
No, I'm not out on soccer. I didn't watch the final.
Austin,
I watched a lot of other games. I just didn't watch this one.
Would you? You meant other World Cup matches?
Yeah.
Like Summer League.
I just didn't know. I just didn't watch the final for whatever reason.
Which, by the way, we may have to have a talk about Swain.
Yeah, we might.
But I'm gonna give him some grace because he's not a point guard. They kept wanting him to handle the ball.
I know.
You know, it's summer. I'm gonna wait because it's gonna come back to bite me in the bunda.
On Swain?
I'm gonna take a victory lap here in a sec.
On who?
I know he's gonna be good.
Who?
And he's gonna be good for the you could just see it in college, and nobody wanted to give him his due.
Who?
Burries.
I mean,
dude, he's gonna be outstanding.
I didn't fight you on Burries. I like Burries.
He's gonna be outstanding. Braden Burry is going to be outstanding. And you know who's not?
Who?
Wagler.
It's early.
You okay?
No, I understand.
It only gets harder.
I understand the bugaboos with Wagler. Like it's not a good showing from him. I also am gonna probably hang my hat on my Caleb Wilson take.
Burries could arguably have been the best rookie in Summer League.
He had a good Summer League.
You could certainly make the case.
Not the guy who won MVP.
I mean, Yaxel's in that conference. Yaxel had a really great Summer League.
Yeah, but he's not in the discussion for best because he still would be behind Caleb Wilson. He's probably behind Phylon.
I'm probably taking Wilson over everybody. He had a.
I don't know.
He had a good Summer League.
Burries was sensational. Apparently, everybody's been tased before.
I haven't. I also have not been zapped by a cattle prod. Good Lord.
Yeah,
Funky.
TK. So that's what I was going to ask. That was my question before I got off on hoops. Are we okay with we always get mad at soccer. The casual soccer fans get mad at how the game is played and the gamesmanship is stuff. Argentina pushes the envelope.
No, they're dirty as hell.
They did it all World Cup.
So it's not just that. It's
that's why yesterday I tweeted. I was like, got to be a yellow card coming up here at some point, doesn't it?
Yeah, like they are dirty as hell. They go from the gamesmanship to just being.
Are you making this historically personal?
It's everything about that team I don't like. It all rolls into one.
Which is funny.
Yeah. Why is that?
Real quick. So when we were getting the bagel yesterday after church, I don't want to dox her. There's a restaurant that is it's Indian.
Okay.
It's arguably my favorite.
Yeah.
And his wife was in with the kids and rocking Argentina's. I said the irony.
So I've noticed
the irony.
I've noticed a lot of this is anecdotal, a lot of Indian people that are like first, like they came over here, right? They were born in India, came over here. Like they've been through enough on their side of things. They don't concern themselves with a lot of other people's drama. They're kind of just like, whatever.
Understood.
Like, that's how my dad is. My dad is very much like that. I don't like how Argentina plays. I think they're just full on dirty. And not to mention, like, did you see them like getting in fights after the match?
Oh yeah,
just garbage. Like
I just wondered because they're so popular.
It's Messi is popular. Messi is popular. That's it. Because people don't.
By the way, if he would have converted late,
yeah,
did you see the gather?
Yeah,
that is sick.
Yeah, there is. If he had been able to figure that out, like we're like. I think people are already pretty comfortable with like the GOAT conversation with him, but like we're having a whole other thing.
Oh man.
But like not just this last match, but like
that would make sense, A-Train.
I have never in my life
to
this day, I've never seen a team start fights while another team is celebrating a championship. I've never seen that. Argentina managed to pull that off. They fought with England, and Jude Bellingham apparently is like the nicest person on earth.
That's what everybody said.
And he felt the need to slap someone in the head.
Yeah, and apparently he doesn't talk a ton.
Yeah, he does. Like all accounts, this man is just like a sweetheart and like just he's a kid. It's fine to say. Like he's like a very sweet man. Like he's a caring person, and doesn't have to be weird.
Hey, Jude, you good? Yeah,
doesn't have to be weird.
Yeah, I'm good.
Like just super kind person. Like there's videos all over the internet of how he interacts with like the kids that walk out on the field to them. Like just the nicest dude. And if he felt the need to slap you in the back of the head, you probably crossed some lines.
Yeah.
You're getting in fights after a championship. They didn't do any media yesterday, despite being obligated to. Like that team just sucks, man. Like they're just not. They're like.
You've gone so hard on them all tournament
because they're just shitty to be around. Like I don't even think there's a way around it. They were trashing stuff over here too. Like I don't know if you've seen videos of where the Argentina fans were from.
Jack.
Sorry, couldn't watch the whole game. Lots of running again. True.
Oh, Jack. Jack, the guy that once uttered. I still laugh at the marriage thing. He's pretty good at finding them. He's not very good at keeping them.
It's tough out here, Jack.
All right.
But no,
he said they just suck.
Everything about Argentina sucks. Everything.
I just wondered how the perception was. I'm like, this is what we're gravitating towards. This is miserable to watch.
So I think it's a very we love Messi. Messi's phenomenal to watch. I understand that. And because they love Messi, ignore everything else about Argentina.
Huh. Because
everything else about Argentina sucks. Like everything about them.
That was probably that might have on that stage. That will go down as one of the best defensive performances ever.
I mean, they didn't have a shot on goal. They didn't have a shot until minute 118.
I mean, that is absolute. And I was watching it early, and I was like, God, Argentina they're never going to score if they can't play with any more width.
Yeah,
right. It was all condensed in that little diamond, and they just couldn't.
They couldn't get wide. The defenders for Spain were too good, too quick, too fast.
That was elite.
Unbelievable. I mean, literally did not have a shot on goal till minute 118. Yeah. Or no, a shot at all.
At all.
They didn't have a shot on goal the entire. I think it was only the fourth time a team hadn't had a shot on goal in the knockout rounds of the World Cup.
And I get it. I know there's lots of jokes about France surrendering, but at least they bucked up because that was on the verge of being like,
yeah. Honestly, that was actually super fun to watch.
Right?
That was phenomenal. And then, speaking of Jude Bellingham, the final goal, you were just like, this kid's 23. What the hell? He was unbelievable. He's weaving through everybody. He's like, nah, we're done here.
It's like it was taped to his foot.
Yes. His touch is unreal.
I was talking about that with Werner at Werner about skating and how much hockey's changed just since when he's played.
Yeah.
And he just finished. He was working with the Rangers too this past year, and he's like, just the skill now
Mm-hmm.
is at another level. But he said with the evolution of guys being so highly skilled, and sometimes you see this in those spatial awareness sports,
Mm-hmm.
when people are so good tactically and technically, like they forget
what's around them
with the game.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And he said that's probably the creativity is probably the one thing about the lack of seeing the game on the ice that has hurt hockey with all the development of skill, because guys can do things that they haven't really done before.
We talked about this with basketball too.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. We do.
Yeah, like I think it's a very. I mean, again, it's the Luka Doncic, the Kyrie Irvings, those guys, as opposed to guys that we grew up watching and playing a different type of way, right? Like there is, I guess, when you're like, well, why would I need, like, I can beat my guy to the hoop. Why would I do anything else, right? Like that's the point. Get to the hoop, get to the basket. If I can get a shot off, why would I do anything else? It's like, well, there's lots of other people going on, and you find out that doesn't work very well when you can load up a defense against and you're playing 7 times over the course of 2 weeks or whatever. But it works enough and for long enough, if you're really good at it, that it's really hard to dissuade people from continuing that style, right? But I think you see it. I don't know hockey as well, obviously.
Shane, who's the hockey team we saw in the playoffs win without getting a shot off in a period? Wasn't Buffalo.
No, it wasn't Buffalo.
Somebody Carolina was playing, and
It was on the East.
Didn't get shot off in a period and won.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I remember that. That happened twice in the same series.
It's like, but still, to the point of yesterday, though, I still felt like, even though it wasn't really like threatening, I was like, they were still a goal away.
Was it Carolina?
Might have been.
You had some. I thought the penalty they called on Spain in the box that negated a goal was bullshit.
Yeah.
To be frank, like the guy basically jumped on his back, fell down, and was like, "You fouled me," and it's like, that's not how that works at all.
Yeah,
and the commentators are like, I'll be honest. One of the things that like about soccer that I'm never going to understand at all.
Commandante Moi is a great name. That is a great name.
It's like, if I'm not even looking at you,
I should have had Shane try to pronounce that before I said it for him.
And I'm not,
like,
honestly,
Command and Dainty
Commandante Moi.
Moi. Yeah, Buffalo. I wanted to say Buffalo.
Yeah.
Thank you, Steve.
Like the thing that I'll never understand, and we saw this with Balogun with the red card. Like, if you're obviously just normally playing the game and someone gets their foot stepped on, get over it.
Yeah. Well, how is that different than like an aerial, like, trying to volley out of the air and catching a guy in the thigh, right? It's the equivalent. It's not really high sticking. It's more like high kicking. It caught him in the quad. It's like he never even saw him.
Yeah.
Right. He's just playing a ball in the air. You get a guy that makes it's a pretty ballsy play trying to play it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's incidental.
You talking about the second yellow?
Yeah, he never even saw him.
I don't know that it was. No, he was looking right at him.
No, so I'm talking about from it would have been in Friday's match.
Oh, okay.
It would have been in Friday's match.
Yeah, I don't have a big if someone's clearly playing the ball, because we saw him kind of do this with a different thing. It was 24 for Spain, and him and an Argentine player were
Argentinian,
whatever. Were the
you love them.
They're my faves. I might just call them Nazi sympathizers, so it's easier for everybody to understand.
Oh no.
So that's where Shane hits the music. Sure. They hit a long goal kick, and the Spain player was clearly playing the ball.
Yeah.
The Argentinian player stopped to try and make contact, and then there was no foul. I was like, why can't we do that more? Like, why can't we do that when it's like, hey, clearly this guy's playing soccer, this one's not.
Yeah.
Let's let the guy that plays soccer continue to play soccer.
Nope, KJ, not doing it. Not doing it. No good piece of cheese there.
I've got some stats for you if you'd like to try and defend it.
No,
because
it was miserable to watch.
The Patreon was like, I don't really get the hatred, and I was like, well, let me enlighten you on the Discord. Sam McKEWON coming up next here on Hurrdat Sports Live.
It's time to sizzle into summer at Edwards Kia.
Lease the 2026 Kia Sportage EX starting at $249 a month. Turn up the heat on your next lease. This July, the savings are as hot as the season. We've also got the 2027 Kia Telluride S starting at $449 a month. Don't wait. Sizzle into summer this July at Edwards Kia. It pays to make the drive to Edwards Kia.
Are you feeling off, low energy, or asleep? At Next Gen Male Medical, we not only evaluate your testosterone, but overall health. Schedule a visit at nextgenmmc.com. Together, we'll get you back on your game.
I'm looking at all these draftees, seeing them in the hat of the team that they're getting drafted to. How are they getting these hats? Are their families buying 30 different hats and just hoping? Or are they buying 10, hoping? Or how did the hat situation go down?
So really, I mean, a lot of those first-round picks, especially the top 10 picks, they pretty much know they're signing in that spot a couple hours before the pick, whether they know it or not. Like Rock, if you would have listened to Rock's like interview post-draft, like a couple hours before, he knew he was going to Chicago. It was already lined up. But me, I have some very fun family and friends. The pick happened, and they immediately drove over to Lids in Gretna and got a hat. So I was like, grab me one. So they all got hats, but I like it. It's good.
That's incredible. You like the colors? You like the uniforms there in Miami?
Yeah, I like how it's a fish. That's pretty sick.
You literally get a fish on your hat.
I know.
I don't think you can pick a better spot for you.
Yeah.
You're listening to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live, presented by Next Gen Male Medical. That's DB. I'm Ravi, Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports HQ. We'll be joined shortly by Sam McKEWON. At least that's what I'm told at some point. We'll see what happens.
I'm pretty sure.
DB, you doing okay?
I'm good.
Because Shane was really mean to you. I don't know. He kept you from needing to do some of the things you needed to do.
I want to punch him in the face, but it's fine.
No,
he was rushing me and then told me we're still waiting. I was like, well, which is it?
Well,
gotta keep watering the bamboo.
That doesn't apply here at all, Shane.
Shane, aren't you on the first floor in your place?
No, I'm on the second floor.
Oh, in the middle?
I'm in the middle.
Oh, How does your place hold temp?
Yeah, mine does.
What do you like to put it on?
72 right now.
Stuck in the middle.
Or 71.
72. That's hot.
It might be hot, but it is about like twice the price as it was over a month ago. So.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't want to go 68 because I'm not really feeling 3 times the price.
Ooh, that's pretty ball. That's gutsy. 72?
I don't think 72. 72 is about the warmest. I'll keep it. I'm always somewhere between 68 and 72.
In the summer?
At any time.
I mean, when you're going over triple digits for a single bedroom apartment.
Oh yeah.
I'm always
somewhere.
I had to enlarge my bill just to make sure the number was right.
I'm always somewhere between.
No, I was like,
zoom in. Well, that's a glasses issue. That's not a billing issue.
Somebody said something slick at the wedding, and I was like, I don't even know you well enough to say that. It's fine.
You gonna be all right?
Yes. I see just fine.
No, you don't. Go to an eye doctor.
God, 72.
My house at all times is somewhere between 68 and 72. At all.
So what is bothering you so much about 72?
I think 72 is a pretty normal temperature.
It seems warm, Rico. I'm sorry.
It's not like your old partner that would keep it like 85 in his apartment.
I told you I used to have to. That was probably the last time I roomed with somebody. So that would be 2016.
It's full on psycho behavior.
72 with some fans is good.
Concert Chris slept in the tub.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would get up in the middle of the night and then he would try to sneak and I busted him. I was like, I don't sleep. I can see you.
How creepy would that be if you're just coming out and you're like, I don't sleep?
It's like 3:54 and I was like, gotcha. And he's like, MFer. Dude, 78 in a hotel room?
That's insane. That's insane.
Nah, we ain't doing that.
No, I think he like legit keeps it like mid 80s in his apartment during the summer.
I'm not doing that.
That's insane.
I saw the whole crew out at Werner Friday.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was very interesting.
Appreciate the invite, Marty.
Ooh. He is.
I'm just kidding. I was busy.
He might be the cool. I asked you about it, and you said, "Wait, you had tennis?"
Yeah, I
asked you what you were doing that night, and you go,
"Yeah."
I mean, not that I wanted to hang out. I was just seeing.
You always want to hang out with me.
I was just seeing what you were doing.
You always want to hang out with me.
It's not true.
Yeah, a little bit.
You know who's ridiculously funny is Kyle Peterson.
I like Kyle. Yeah.
He was hilarious at the autograph table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He seems very good natured.
Yeah, he was. He was good. He's good with the fans. You can tell he's good with kids.
Yeah.
You know, we were talking about he's just funny. He's super funny. I only talk to him when we talk to him, but like I always enjoy I would like to go to him more. KP?
Yeah, when we do our college baseball.
Yeah, he has ridiculous range.
Yeah. Well, and he's fun to talk to.
Shoot, we could have talked to him about the Open.
Big
he can swing it.
I'll be honest, I didn't love I usually am pro British commentators. I didn't love the British commentators.
Why?
That just didn't hit me right.
Did anybody flip over to Telemundo during soccer?
I did not. I have before. Like
that's the only place you should watch soccer.
It's elite.
No, the commentators are incredible.
Zoe made me change it because it was going too fast. And I said, "You're not even going to stay out here. Like it's like go back inside." But
leave me alone. Let me do what I want.
So your boy sat under the umbrella and got burnt.
Yeah.
We good with Sam Shane? Was that the thumbs up?
Yes.
All right, I appreciate that.
Let's get to our guest, Sam McKEWON from the Omaha World Herald. Sam, how are we doing this morning?
I'm great. How are you guys?
Sam, we're hanging in there. How did it go in your household with such a Messi fan?
Well, he's a Ronaldo fan before he's a Messi fan.
Right. His friend, it's either or with his friends. That's right.
Yeah. It went just fine. Yeah, we were we enjoyed the final. So he was happy that Spain won.
Sam, Argentina,
sad that France lost, but
physical for you?
No, No, they weren't.
He said
They
no.
were not. No, they were a little cheap. I mean, I think they've got some cheap chop moments, but no, not generally. I mean, I think that's the nature of the sport. I mean, the Spain's physical too. They gave up 1 goal in the entire World Cup. I mean, they're like 2011 Alabama. So they were the best team, and they had the best defense. Defense won this championship, that's for sure. I kept thinking at some point Argentina was going to make some sort of push, and they kind of did, in the last 5 minutes, but they did not have, they just did not have answers. So, yeah, Argentina's a little physical, but Spain should have won 3-0. I mean, they know that. I'm sure they're celebrating their tails off today, but they probably all know they should have won by many more than that. And the physicality didn't prevent Spain from scoring those goals. Spain just didn't close the deal until they closed the deal.
Dude, the country has such good food. I'd be eating calamari till my eyeballs fall out.
I've never been there.
Celebrating.
I'm sure it does. I'm sure it does. Yeah, I mean, I like Spanish food. So.
Food. Oh, goodness. I mean, that'd be the best part of celebrating as a country. Like, how cool would that be?
Yeah.
Like the country.
What would
everybody rocks with your singular sport.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, we don't even really have an equivalent. Like the country.
No, when Team USA won the hockey gold here back in February, I think a lot of people felt a lot of emotion, but I don't think it was like a nationwide celebration. No, I don't really remember the last time that the nation, probably the 80 hockey, or probably that, or
we were eating free at Sizzler and
Kerry Strug maybe in '96 with gymnastics, or
did Strug? Yeah. So that was, I mean, I was so into college. Was Strug the last time an individual captured the nation?
Well, no, Simone Biles is a much bigger star, but at the time that she did that,
her story was better though because she was hurt.
Right. And at the time she did that, the United States hadn't won a team gold in a while. So I think that was the bigger issue, is that it had been some time since they had won a team gold. Now the United States routinely does that. And Biles is the greatest of all time, and she's the biggest star. For sure.
Ravi's offended. He was a big Nadia Comaneci guy, so it was
was he?
No, I was just thinking. I think Phelps
predates his birth.
Yeah,
like 20 years.
Yeah.
Oh, Corbett.
No, I was trying to think. I think it was. I think Phelps falls in that category too. Michael Phelps.
Yeah, when they won that relay. Yeah. The relay that they won. Yeah. So like there's moments I think that galvanize America, but they're
Rulon Gardner.
Yeah, that was kind of one. I mean, again, it doesn't happen that often in America anymore.
For the country, right?
Yeah.
To get the equivalent of the World Cup.
I just don't know if there's any one sport in the Olympics that we care enough about for it to be as uniting as a World Cup is to everyone else in the world.
Yeah, so like if the United States won the World Cup in soccer, like would we be having, free drinks at Hurrdat Sports Bar and like Morrow and like that's the equivalent in Spain where like everybody's
celebrating at the same time.
I don't even know if we I don't think we have that.
No, I think it's because there's like 8 different countries in the U.S. basically. And so like it would be very regional. Like if Nebraska won a national championship, you'd experience that in Nebraska, right?
Yeah.
Alabama, I'm sure it's the same way. Like, but there's just, I don't think there's a one, like maybe if the U.S. men's national basketball team had a drought for a while, but that's the only thing I can think of.
Sam.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
How close are we? What would have to happen in football for that kind of excitement? A CFP performance or appearance?
For Nebraska? The state of Nebraska?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would do it. That would do it. Yeah.
Tournament maybe in Iowa, but for sure a CFP appearance.
Yeah, they'd shut down the state for a CFP appearance for sure. Everybody be getting off work early. for a game like that. And in theory, it could be on New Year's Day, so then everybody's at home anyway. But yeah, I mean that would be it. That would be the thing that did it for football for sure. I think that the state got very close to that on that Thursday night or that Saturday night when they played Vanderbilt, and close to that on that Thursday night when they played Iowa. I mean, it was everything that everybody talked about, and it really captured the heart of the state. And it got that way with volleyball back in 21 when they played for the national championship, and probably when they played in Texas in the national championship and whatever that was, 23. It felt the same way. Like everybody was pointed toward one thing and super excited. And I think if this team advances to the Final Four, it'll feel much the same way. One of the interesting things about the volleyball program is it's such a foregone conclusion that they're going to make the Final Four. They're the best team in the country. Everybody knows that it's almost anticlimactic. They're going to go through these first 3 weeks, and those are going to be a ton of fun. And then they're going to play in the Big Ten, and it's going to feel anticlimactic because they're going to win every match. And they are. The Big Ten isn't what it was 5 years ago. It's just not. It's not as good. The players have dispersed outward. And so Nebraska is way above all the teams are going to play, which I felt is why DBK wanted to get Texas on the schedule and get some of these teams on the schedule early in the season, because I think she wants to get them used to having to play an elite team like a Texas A&M in the Elite Eight, wants to get them used to that, so that I don't know. I mean, I don't think she would say this, but I just don't know that the Big Ten was tough enough last year to adequately prepare Nebraska for the very best teams. And so, I think there's something to be said for the league is obviously still the best league in college volleyball, but I don't think it's as good as it was 5 years ago. And I think that Nebraska is head and shoulders above their competition in the league, which is a weird thing to say, but I actually think it's true this year.
Sam, let me ask you something. I want to go back to football, and I'll just go with the number 9. Right? Everybody's kind of doom and gloom about the schedule. I hear some 5s, I hear some 6s, I've seen some 7s. If Nebraska is 8 with a chance to get to 9 and they're playing Iowa, what's the future storyline? What are you writing about if that's the trajectory Nebraska's on?
Good question. I think if they have a chance to win 9, it'd be the first time in a decade they did so, and so we'd write that they have a chance to win 9 games for the first time in a decade. So we'd be all over that. That would be certainly a topic of conversation. I think if this team's won 8 games and they're scoring points, and so we're probably talking about the offense, okay, in positive light. Because as I've said before, even if I think Nebraska's defense takes a jump this season, I don't think you're going to win 8, 9, 10 games without being good on offense. I think you're going to have to score some points against some of these teams. You're going to have to score against Indiana and Oregon. These are good teams. You can't just say, well, it's going to be 10-7. And I think that's one area where, Rule would at this point agree. I don't know if when he got here, based on it being the Big Ten West and what it was, that he may have looked at the world out at that universe and said, you know what, we're going to go in here and we're going to win a lot of really close football games, and it's going to be the NFL. But I think now in college, you have to, in this league, you got to score points. With the schedule they have, you can't assume that Washington's going to score 7. You got to put some points on the board, and I think their offense will have done good things if they're 8-3 going into the Iowa game.
Let me work backwards here with the schedule. I know the answer to Iowa. You don't. I get it. You have to score more points. So when I say outscore, I meant an offensive battle. You won't have to outscore Iowa, right? Mm-hmm. Ohio State. You feel like you got to score points there, Sam?
I do.
Rutgers.
Yes. And they will.
Illinois.
Yes.
Washington, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oregon, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Indiana.
Yes. Yep. Yeah.
I don't know. Maryland, I would say yes.
Sure. Yeah.
Because I think the two best offensive players that Nebraska will see that are national level good, that are afterthoughts to us, will be Malik Washington and KJ Duff, Maryland and Rutgers, respectively. Do you have another that's in that category?
Oh, people forget that the Marsh kid went to Indiana, and he's good. So people forget that he went there.
A good pull.
Receiver Nick Marsh.
Yeah, he's a good player.
Yeah,
and
Nebraska
so he'll
ate him up though. Although he says he wasn't, but
they also,
look. I mean, one thing you have to give Signetti credit for
Childs
is it's not just the play of his quarterbacks, but the level of execution that the quarterbacks and the receivers have at Indiana has to be something. And it isn't just the players. It has to be the way they work the drills, and you have to be impressed with their level of execution, especially quarterback to receiver, especially on third down. It's just elite. And so like you assume that is going to carry over from year to year. And I just assume that Josh Hoover is going to be able to do some of the same things that Mendoza and the other guy before him did. And that the receivers are going to be able to do the same things because it's clearly how they drill it. So yeah, I mean, I think they're going to have to score points in a lot of those games. I do think Rutgers has a good offense. I think defensively, and this is why I say Nebraska will score points at Rutgers. Rutgers has really struggled late in seasons to hold up physically. They haven't done it. They should have beaten Penn State last year late in the season. They gained 500 yards. Penn State gained 500 yards. They just don't have the physicality late in the season to hold up against opposing offenses. So like Nebraska's going to go out there and put up some points. So will Rutgers. Rutgers has good players. I think that there's going to be 5 to 7 games this year where you're going to have to put points on the board to win games, and those happen to be the 5 to 7. They're not all swing games. I don't actually think Oregon is a swing game. I think Oregon will be a 15-point favorite, but those happen to be the games that you want to win the most, generally speaking. Ohio, I think, could score a little bit, but I think Nebraska will put points on Ohio. So, I think Nebraska's offense is probably going to have a good season. Just to be clear, I think they're going to have a good season. They should have a good season. They paid to have a good season. They have good players. They paid for those players, and they got an offensive coordinator who was a head coach for 11 years or whatever. They should be good on offense. And any sort of they'd have to have a rash of injuries, and not even a quarterback. Because if Calandria gets banged up, and that's possible, they shouldn't feel like, well, we're screwed. TJ Lateef is one of the best backups in the Big Ten. And if for some reason he's not available, Danny Kalen's got to be the best number 3 quarterback in the Big Ten. So like you don't take a step back just because a quarterback gets banged up. Now, you go back to Dylan's rookie year or freshman year, that was kind of true. Dylan comes out and you have to put in either, Gramstad or Harburg, and Harburg had shown that he wasn't, really a P4 quarterback. But that's not the case here. TJ Lateef is a well-respected, talented player who's on the team and is not redshirting. Like he doesn't have to redshirt. Like he's the 5-for-5 is in, and he doesn't have to redshirt, so he's going to play. So this is an offense that should score points, and if they're 8-3. Then I think we'll be talking about them that way. Doesn't mean the defense isn't really good. The defense could be really good, but I think the offense will have done good things if we're talking about going for win number 9 at Iowa.
I know this. People like to kind of put these schedules in clusters and 3 or 4, and the sneakiest 3-game stretch for me is a weird 3. It's from October 31st to November 14th. They've got Washington at home coming off of a bye after Oregon. Then you go to Champaign and to Piscataway.
Mm-hmm.
They have to, in my opinion, to have the season that they want to have, they have to win 2 of those 3 games coming off the bye, getting Washington at home. You get Washington at home, and then you're hoping to, if you don't win both, split between Champaign and Piscataway. That's just a little sneaky 3-game stretch for me.
Well, Illinois is on a short week too.
Yeah,
that's the Minnesota game.
Yeah, it's because that's on the 6th.
Yeah.
Agree.
Right. Yeah. I think that's for sure. They have not won back-to-back road games when they're back-to-back like that. They haven't won back-to-back road games since 2006.
Yeah, it's not the sexiest 3. I just think it's the most important 3.
For sure. And they have not won the second of back-to-back road games since 2020 during COVID, when they beat Purdue 37-27 1 week after they lost to Iowa. So, and that season was different in terms of like the wear and tear on the guys physically. They had a lot of mental wear and tear, but they didn't play as many games, so on and so forth. So the likelihood of them winning both of those games based on history, recent history, is low. That said, I think they maybe I'm wrong about this, but I think that Nebraska's coaching staff and Matt Rule likes playing both of those teams. I think they respect the coaching staffs at Illinois and Rutgers. I think they have a pretty good sense of what those two teams are going to do, and it comes down to who plays better football. And I think in some ways they kind of like that. There's some things about Minnesota that obviously gives Nebraska's offense, or has given Nebraska's offensive structure, problems for years now. And that's something I actually think Minnesota's just kind of whipped Nebraska in some ways, defensive line to offensive line. But I do think that Illinois and Rutgers are two teams that Nebraska matches up pretty well with. And if you can keep Illinois' quarterback in the pocket and under wraps, I think you can beat him. Now, a couple of years ago in 23, they did that out there. They kept that Altmaier kind of penned in, and they had a great defensive plan and they won. Year later, they didn't. He had a great game, but they also had some busts in the secondary, and he got loose a couple times. And the guy they got now, Caton Hauser, is the same kind of guy. He's not going to run a lot, but he'll buy time, and when he does that, he kills you. Now, the other team, Rutgers, has a lot of good talent at the skill positions. In my opinion, they do not have, and I've looked at this and looked at this, they just don't have the front seven to physically hold up against. So now he's recruiting guys in the Southeast, a bunch of linemen from down there, and bringing them up because for whatever reason, the kids in New Jersey were just not large enough or whatever enough, and they get worn down. So I think you're playing Rutgers at a good time because they're going to be beat up. Illinois is a challenge for sure. They have a good coaching staff. I thought they outcoached Nebraska 2 years ago. I thought Nebraska outcoached them 3 years ago. So I think it's a coaching matchup, and it really comes down to which of those two quarterbacks gets loose and makes plays. They're about equally good. To be candid with you, I think Caton Hauser and Anthony Colanger are about equally good. Those two are equally good to the guy that's at Wisconsin, Colton Joseph. They're all about the same. Maybe Colanger's a little better, but they're similar players. So it gets down to which one gets loose and makes plays down the field, and which one gets penned in and takes bad sacks. By the way, Colandria, Hauser, and Joseph all take bad sacks at times. So it comes down to the discipline of your defensive line and all those things.
Sam, if we're playing out the scenario that we've been talking about, 8-3 with a chance for 9 at Iowa, what do you think will be the biggest factor? I'm going to give you a couple options here in terms of getting Nebraska to that point. Offensive line play, Anthony Colandria, defensive line play, or give me an X factor that if none of those are the reason for you.
Well, I think the offensive line is going to be good and will be a bellwether. So on the days when they play really well, I think Nebraska will play well. On the days they struggle, like when they play Indiana, Nebraska may have some trouble. The defensive line is crucial. They have to play well, and they have to stay healthy. And so the variable you can never predict for is what if one of your best players gets hurt? Nebraska doesn't have a lot of experience depth there yet. They have numbers, but I don't know that I would describe them as having experience depth there. So I think defensive line play is really important. And then I think I just summed it up with Colandry. You're gonna get some good and bad there. There's going to be some incredible plays, and there's going to be some plays that bother you. What I think is, how many times during a game does he get loose and make a play, either scrambling or running and throwing? And then B, how many times does he take a 12-yard sack? And he will take those. And those are the things that, okay, they got to get rid of the fumbles, but they also got to, an 11-yard sack is a punt. I mean, that's pretty much what it is. And so you've got to make sure that 2 or 3 times a game, he isn't putting you way behind the chains, which means he needs to be aware and they need to keep him aware and all those things. If they're able to do that, then I think he's going to have a good season, because I think he's got skill around him. They just got Tyke Hayes, and he's pretty good. And they've got skill. The receivers are pretty good. I'm not, going to anoint anybody, but they're a good group, and you should be able to do some damage with those guys. So again, if you're laying out the season, I think there's a pathway. What I've been trying to tell people is, look, there's probably, I'm not saying 10-2, but there's a pathway to 8-4, and there's a pathway to 8-4, and it's fun to watch. And it is still an entertainment business. I mean, we're not just putting the team out on the field for the moral lesson. So part of it is it fun to watch? And there's been times in the Rule tenure where Nebraska has not been that fun to watch. They've been kind of hard to watch because they're trying to win a game a certain way, and you do appreciate it. But I think it's time to loosen the whatever you want to call it, and let the offense spread its wings a little. And if you lose to Indiana 34-28, maybe that's better than 14-10. Like you got to put a little bit of a show on. I think the fans need to be able to see that. And one of the frustrating things about last season, and I've said this before, is like when we really felt like we got to see, Dylan be Dylan, it wasn't that often. And it was usually when they were behind. And it was like, okay, now can you just go make some plays against Maryland? And he did. Like it took too much for him to be him and just get going. It was like he was too far inside his head or whatever. And like Nebraska needs to just be that team from the outset. And one of the things I like about Calandria, and I do like this about him, is I think he just has that gunslinger mindset no matter what. He's actually not trying to worry about whether he's going to throw an interception as much as Dylan did. And I think that's good. I think there were times in the last season when I thought Dylan was just too, I'm not sure I should throw the ball, and I'm not sure what I should do. And like, I think Calandria will just do it. And Nebraska needs somebody like that. It's a little bit of a Tommy Armstrong, Tommy was never afraid. The one thing you could say about him, and he didn't always make the right decisions, but fear didn't factor in. And I actually think people came to really appreciate that about Tommy, that he was fearless. And I think Calandria is too.
Let me ask you something, Sam. I think we kind of forgot in all the scuttlebutt with what happened with Eckler and that back and forth. There was some real peaks and valleys for the special teams, especially in the second half of the season. Didn't punt it real well. The kickoff return game had a little bit of a minor setback. If Nebraska can buoy the consistency in the special teams area, have you allowed yourself to give that a value in terms of a win or a loss either way, if they could just steady the consistency?
Yeah, I think it's a win if they're able to do what you just said, and I think it's a win if they're able to get better at punter. I think they were okay last year, but you should expect improvement at that position just because Archie Wilson's a year older. And now he's under sort of the direct charge of Maher. So, and I know Maher was coaching him last year, but I think now Maher is actually the special teams coordinator. Punting is a real weapon in college football. It just is. The receivers aren't, the returners aren't as seasoned and experienced. They make mistakes. So if you have a great punter, you can put teams in some weird situations really fast. And it doesn't happen as much in the NFL. It just doesn't. The guy, the rules are a little different. The hash marks are different. There's just a whole bunch of different things where you don't see returners catching the ball at the 2 doing ridiculous things like the guy at Minnesota did last year in the Cal game. Like, if you have a great punter, though, a really, really good one, you can force 2 or 3 mistakes like that a year, and they change games. And so Archie Wilson is the person that needs to take the biggest jump, in my opinion. I think the return games are going to be okay. You can't take the ball 9 yards out of the end zone 5 times in a row, and I don't think they will. But I think the punting game is where they can get much, much better. Now, it's not just going to be, well, he's a novelty and he's from Australia and he misses his family. He's a weapon. And I think that's the biggest jump they can make. And that may have, to be clear, that may have happened if Mike Heckler had stayed or not. I don't know. But I do think that's a big area where they can get better. And then I think they're going to be a pretty good kicking team. I think they're going to be pretty good on kickoff, and I think they're going to be pretty good in the place kicking department. I think they've got a guy that they feel like can go out to 50 to 52 yards.
Nebraska's defense is the 260-pounder.
Yes, there's a lot of room
so
to
it
improve.
Doesn't take much for them to get down to 210.
Yeah.
You visibly could see that early, like really early.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it wouldn't take much, right? Again, year older.
Just knowing what you're supposed to be doing.
Different
I believe we're
schematics.
back, by the way.
Yeah, just knowing what you're supposed to be doing, I think would go a long way in terms of the defense looking like they had shed the weight, as we're using this analogy. The offense, we've talked about this before with the offense, where actually moving from the 20 to the 20, one of the better offenses in the country, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, especially with trips.
And so
that's the frequency and amount of times they got there.
When you're getting that version of the offense, you're like you said, you're just kind of trimming up that last 10 pounds to actually get in the end zone.
Yeah.
Right. So that doesn't necessarily look as different as I think the defense could.
But we're very, and I get it. You know, the offense it's sexy, and we're so pessimistic about the defense. But I'm going to continue to stress. And I'm not warming up for victory laps or anything because I don't know.
Yeah.
But again, just a year older, a year more mature along the D line, not just physically, but emotionally.
I think we do have Sam back here too.
A couple of different voices defensively. And you've gotten older. Like it's going to pay dividends. I just don't know to what degree. Go ahead, Sam. Do we have you back, bud?
I'm back.
Okay, so let's walk me through special teams and consistency, because I think quietly that ebb and flow was a killer last year.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll talk about that for sure. The one area where I feel like Nebraska can get better, and this may have happened if Eckler was there or not, is actually a punter. I think Archie Wilson can become a weapon. Not just a novelty, but a guy that doesn't get his punts blocked, but becomes an actual weapon. And college football is a little different from the pros. You don't in college football, a 19-year-old might make a mistake that a seasoned NFL returner just doesn't make, guys. And I think that's you 2 or 3 times a year, your punter has to put the opposing team in the position to do something stupid. Or he's got to put them at the 1 or the 2 and create a scenario where you might get a turnover, you might get a safety or things like that. So I think they got to get better there. And I do think with a reasonable return strategy, they can get better at special teams. So yeah, I heard your guys' conversation about defense for sure. And again, I think some of it is, knowing where you're going, and some of it is knowing what you're doing, and some of it is what you do when you get there. And I do think that Matt Rule hired Rob Orich to not only install a scheme, but to reinstall a culture and a team that hits the way that all of us remember Matt Rule's first defense hitting when they played Minnesota in that very first game. That looked so different from what we had seen previous in the Scott Frost era, that everybody was like, okay, well, they figured something out in the offseason. They figured out how to hit again. And that's what you need to see. You need to see a defense that's not going to be perfect, but a team that just has a lot of bad intentions. And look, they lost to Colorado 36-14. So it wasn't like, they lost. But I remember that game where Nash Hutmacher and Ty Robinson just chasing Shadur Sanders around, and the relentlessness with which they did it, and the ability to get free so quickly. And they didn't always catch him. They didn't catch him sometimes, but the relentlessness with which Nebraska went after him, you're like, you know what? This defense can go. It's good. And if only it had been paired with a better offense. It just wasn't. I mean, it was paired with a horrible, historically terrible offense. But that defense knew what it was doing. And I think you've got to get back to that point where your defense is playing with that level of edge and hardness and toughness. And if you do that, I think you're going to like where it goes.
So, Sam, when I'm trying to think back, because you brought up Colorado, and I definitely remember what you're talking about in year one with Rule and how much different we felt. But I think I felt the most that way in year two during the Colorado game here in Lincoln, where it seemed menacing, right? Like they seemed not just, they learned how to play football again. Like what happened in your, obviously Tony White leaves, Terrence Knight leaves, but even from that point to the end of that season, like in your mind, like where did that culture get lost?
Well, some guys left, right? So some guys obviously graduated and went to the NFL, and they missed some of those guys. I think some of you just go back to that Iowa game in 24. You really can't fault anything for Nebraska did in that game on defense. They had one bad play. And really the reason that it turns into a touchdown is Ty Robinson's 30 yards downfield hustling, and that's unfortunate that it turns out that way, but they played incredible that night. Just incredible. And so I don't know that it really ever waned. It did. I mean, there were moments against USC, but USC had talent, and so that's part of it too. But I feel like what changed is Tony White could get those guys going. He had an emotional connection with some of those guys. And I think that was real. I think Terrence Knighton had an emotional connection. I think that was real. And then I think there was just too many changes. And I also feel like for whatever reason, Rule took a half step over here or whatever it was to maybe try to sell the brand of the program or be a little bit more over the top CEO. And maybe he was just a half step away. And it did not feel like in year three that they had the same level of intensity or culture. Then they lost Malcolm Hartzog, and that didn't help because Malcolm was not a perfect player, but he was tough. And I think he gave a lot of the guys on that team energy and passion. So there's a number of reasons why I think it happened. I just think it has to get back. And so the question is, and you'll be able to tell pretty quickly, they're going to go play Ohio, and we're going to find out very, very quickly if they have that juice, because Ohio's not a bad team. Like they're in the MAC, and the MAC is not good. Like compared to all the other leagues, the best team in the Sun Belt is better than the best team in the MAC, generally speaking. But you're going to tell. I mean, if Ohio's moving the ball up and down the field, you're going to have questions about Nebraska's defense. It's why Rule got on that defense's butt in halftime of the Akron game. I mean, Akron was horrible, but he found the level of intensity and focus right before halftime unacceptable. And he got into them, and they responded, and we saw what happened. Unfortunately, as the season went on, it became clear to me that whatever buttons he or Butler was pushing, the team was not responding. And then late in the season, they did not respond. I mean, against Penn State, there was no response. And then, by the time they played Utah, I know they thought that they fixed some things, but Utah was just too good of a football team. And they had too many weapons and too many things going on, and Nebraska was in the middle of defenses. So there's a whole bunch of things that I think they're going to have to figure out as time goes on, and we will find out very quickly. Orch is not here to take a year to figure this out. He is here to figure it out right now. And so there's some pressure on him, and there's a lot of pressure on Holgorsen. Like Holgorsen, this is why he's here. He's got all the pieces. They went out and paid for another receiver. That they probably could have spent the money on something else, but they went out and got another receiver. So he's got all the toys. He needs to do something with them.
What's interesting, Sam, and this may be something for Big Ten Media Days or when the players are made available, and you're really smart. So not that it's a leading question, because whatever the answer is to this, the fan base will be like, oh, we hear this every offseason. But I think an interesting way, just from my vantage point, an interesting way to attack this offseason, to understand how the players have attacked this offseason, is to ask what's been different. Because from where I'm at, this is the first time where I felt really, really good about the work output in the OTAs being a necessary requirement for how you have to have success in the season, right? Like, it's tough. It's tough. There's not a former guy that's watched an OTA, I would think, that would tell you, like, man, this is difficult. It's a high degree of difficulty. And I think it's interesting because I hear this behind the scenes talk where it's like, well, man, if they can just be blank, and it's a very low bar for 26 to bring in this 2027 recruiting class, or if they just do this, then the recruiting class this. And I'm like, you guys, that 27 recruiting class is doing their own thing. They want to be elite. They want to be different. It does not really hinge on 2026. But do you know what's really, really important to the staff? 2026. Like, you can tell it's intense. It's not a lot of yapping. It's very dialed in amongst us. They don't give you anything except work. Like, they clearly understand the level of importance in 2026. That's why when you saying, Arch wasn't in here to take a year to get it, you're right. Like, it's go time for them now. And I think they feel that. They're not waiting around for anything.
Right. And I think some of that has to be that the most prominent player on the team is probably Calandria, and I assume that he takes the lead in some of that area. And if he isn't, then Latif is. And I think they've got a real benefit there. That's not to put it all on Dylan by any means, but I think the leaders of this team and the faces of the team are all probably pretty well aligned in what they want to accomplish and what they want to get done. So no question, they've flown under the radar. I think they've worked hard. I think that's everything that you hear. They're going to play a lot of teams that do the exact same thing. So, like, welcome to the, and again, I'm not trying to knock too much of the Frost era, because I know that those guys cared too. But I always felt like in the Frost era, there was talent, but then they'd hit an adverse moment, and the other team just kept going, and Nebraska stopped. Welcome to the world that you're in now. Like, what Nebraska's done in the offseason will help them win the first 3 games quite comfortably. And we'll see with Michigan State. It won't surprise me if they beat Michigan State by 14. It wouldn't. I mean, we'll just have to see. But from that point forward, everything they have to do, there's going to be either a desperate or a super motivated team on the other side. Maryland's desperate. Their coach is on the hot seat. Indiana's not. Indiana doesn't ever want to lose again. And so why would they want to lose? I mean, I don't know that they're going to lose focus. So Oregon is going to be on a national title, don't want to lose, want to be the number 1 seed, do everything we've got to do, leave no doubt kind of approach. So if they can beat Nebraska 63-0, they will. So Nebraska is going to have to pack a lunch, and they're going to have to be ready for all the things that come at them. And I think they know all that. And I think Orich knows all that. It's one of the reasons they hired him. And I think Holgerson knows it. I like Holgerson a lot. I will say again, though, now's the time. They got the quarterback, they got a receiver, they got an offensive line, they got a new run scheme that they're going to try out. You got to make it a little bit easier on that defense. And there were times in the last 2 seasons where, whether it was Satterfield or Holgerson, although Holgerson did a pretty good job in his first year, we got to be honest about that. They did pretty well. But that when it just, the offense looked like it was moving like sludge, and they got to figure that out. And some of that was on Dylan, but not all of it was, because when they got behind and they needed Dylan to do something, all of a sudden he'd show up.
Yeah.
And it'd be like, hey, look at this guy. Where's he been? Well, he should have been there from the very beginning.
He was so much better than we talk about. It's nauseating. Like he was better in those moments. He was,
through the first 2.5 quarters at USC, he wasn't great. Like, he was okay, but when he was good is when they didn't have another choice. And it was like all of a sudden, okay, we're down 11, better go do something. And then all of a sudden he'd do it. And it took too long for that Dylan to come out. It just did. It just took too long. And Calandre needs to be that quarterback on the opening drive of the game. And he needs to be that quarterback in the second quarter and in the third quarter. And Dylan sometimes would wait. And it was almost like, I'm not sure why. It doesn't matter. He's not here anymore. But they need urgency from that program. And I think they're going to get it with Calandre. I mean, he does not move in any other. His metronome is what it is. You have to rein him in. You're not going to have to kick him out the door, though.
That is Sam McKEWON from the Omaha World Herald. Sam, appreciate the time as always. We'll talk to you next week. All right. Well, I guess that's all.
Thanks, Sam.
That's Sam McKEWON.
I guess I would know myself. Thanks, Sam.
From the Omaha World Herald. I have the Dylan conversation's really interesting.
Don't do it. I don't want to talk about it.
Okay. All right. Well,
I don't. I'm over it because we can't keep it in perspective.
No, I get it. I mean, he was, I think, better last year than we remember.
Yeah.
I think personality fits are a big thing.
And that's the thing. That's something altogether different.
I mean, if we talk about it with coaches, and I think can be with players too, right? He talked about the most prominent player on the team probably being Anthony Calandria this year.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I don't know if he is or not.
I don't know.
I think he's one of the bigger personalities on the team. And is
that what you mean? Like personalities?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I think he's one of the bigger personalities on the team. And I think his personality is very different than Dylan's.
Because I would start on the offensive line if I was going to talk about like bona fide, legit guys.
Yeah, I don't think
I'm taking Evans and I'm taking Pritchett right out the gate.
Yeah, I don't think he means, or I don't mean at least when
Which
I say
is good because you want to start with your offensive
100%.
line. I want those guys are good. They've shown you that. That's not me.
No. Yeah, Pritchett and Evans will both get drafted next year.
Like you look at the second half Pritchett played in the season.
Yeah. No, he was the second half of the season. He was really, really good,
especially for a guy that we were getting ready to say we were wasting money.
Not getting ready to say. A lot of people said they had said that already.
Well,
a lot of people had made that
giving
statement.
Folks the benefit of the doubt.
Well, I'm not gonna. Let's take a quick break here. That's DB. I'm Ravi. Lulla. We'll be back. More Hurrdat Sports Live coming next.
Feeling tired? Foggy? Just off? At NextGen Male Medical Clinic, we offer hormone evaluations, peptides, supervised weight management for men and women. Most insurance accepted. Schedule a visit at nextgenmmc.com.
How important was just the support you had during that year off? And all of the training. I mean, Coach Joseph and everybody involved in that situation for you.
I'm glad you brought that up and I know all the coaches get praise, but the staff, our athletic trainer Andrew and strength coach Kurt, like they're there around the clock. They're always ready for us. They're there to support us, and especially in that year that I was out, I spent a lot of time with them, and they did a lot for me. Just like getting my body and my knee back to healthy, and also helped me through the mental grind. I had an injury that was pretty hard to come back from. And they helped me come back from and it was very uncertain if I was ever going to be able to play again. And they did a lot. It's just so appreciative of everything that they did for me.
It's time to sizzle in. It's time to sizzle into summer at Edwards Kia. Lease the 2026 Kia Sportage EX starting at $249 a month. Turn up the heat on your next lease. This July, the savings are as hot as the season. We've also got the 2027 Kia Telluride S starting at $449 a month. Don't wait. Sizzle into summer this July at Edwards Kia. It pays to make the drive to Edwards Kia.
Are you feeling off, low energy, or asleep? At Next Gen Male Medical, we not only evaluate your testosterone, but overall health. Schedule a visit at nextgenmmc.com. Together, we'll get you back on your game.
I'm looking at all these draftees, seeing them in the hat of the team that they're getting drafted to. How are they getting these hats? Are their families buying 30 different hats and just hoping? Are they buying 10, hoping? Or how did the hat situation go down?
So really, I mean, a lot of those first round picks, especially the top 10 picks, they pretty much know they're signing in that spot a couple hours before the pick, whether they know it or not. Like Rock, if you would have listened to Rock's interview post-draft, like, a couple hours before he knew he was going to Chicago. It was already lined up. But me, I have some very fun family and friends. The pick happened, and they immediately drove over to Lids in Gretna and got a hat. So I was like, grab me one. So they all got hats, but I like it. It's good.
That's incredible. You like the colors? You like the uniforms there in Miami?
Yeah. I like how it's a fish. That's pretty sick.
You literally get a fish on your hat.
I know.
I don't think you could pick a better spot for you.
Yeah.
You're listening to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live, presented by Next Gen Mail Medical. That's DB. I'm Ravi, Lulla, here at Hurrdat Sports HQ. Give our friends over at Next Gen a call, 402-614-9700. I need to see if they got anything for me, a little recovery.
Every time I hear you say 0-0, I think of
I'm a little worse
Prince.
for the wear. 0-0, Big Prince.
2000 0-0 party over. Oops, out of time. Yeah, never mind. That's old Prince.
That's party like it's 1999. I know that.
Correct. Well, why are you looking at me like I was special?
You just maybe because I was trying to do an ad read or something in the middle. Just trying to give our friends at Next Gen a shout
Here's
out.
the thing, though. I've talked to them about this.
Yeah.
They enjoy.
No, they like
as long
the
as
back
they
and
get the number.
Yeah.
They enjoy the back and forth because they get. It's just real stories.
It's organic. I do need to. I might need to go get something from them. I'm a little worse for the wear.
You know what you need is
What's that?
I
might need that Hercules shot
or the Penta.
Ooh, yeah, that might help.
I feel like $1 million.
I'm a little sore. I'm not moving great today.
No.
It's the feet and back mostly. It's a little worse for the wear.
You're moving pretty well in the hallway.
That's not terrible, yeah, but I don't feel great.
The little exhorter over there. Words of encouragement.
We're trying to knock each other out.
Big Isaiah 4031 guy. Wait. Hello.
Yeah.
Rico, so can you walk me through what's going on with the internet?
We're back.
No, like what was going on?
It decided it wanted to take a quick nap.
Okay. So nothing like particular. Just
I think it just had a little outage.
This is tired.
I'm tired.
The legendary.
Give him a call, 402-614-9700. We're going to talk to Jeff ERMANN here in just a little bit, about a half hour. He is the founder of Inside MD Sports as we move on to Maryland in our Nebraska preview. What's up?
I get tired.
Kobe just continuing to kill me every single day.
To be fair, Kobe's pretty equal opportunity in who he murders.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't think it's
you think what, like when all the fellows are going out with like Kobe's on their call, oh, we want to go have a good time. Hey, make sure we grab Kobe. Or are they like, oh my God, nobody's gonna be safe. Leave that dude at the house.
I don't know. I feel it's hard to tell I think from the chat.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell from the chat who is a good hang and who isn't.
I don't know about that.
I don't know. I feel like it's hard to tell.
I know who I think would be a good hang.
I know who I think is a bad hang. I don't know if I can definitively say. It's much like Summer League, right? I can tell
How
who
much laughing would I do if I was around Heath? It seems like a fair amount.
A good amount. Heath's a fun time. Yeah, Heath's a good time.
You
would enjoy Heath. I think it's easier to tell who's would be a bad hang than who would be a good hang. Like there's some people that are just disqualified.
You know who I think you'd like more than you think?
Who
is Ben?
Ben
BP.
Oh, maybe.
You guys just started out by arguing like it just got off to a slow start.
Did we get another Vogler in the chat?
Cliff?
Yeah.
I saw Cliff. I don't know why it's Cliff.
Is there another one that I don't know about?
Or
is that a nickname for somebody?
I don't know, like Notes?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, well, I don't even recognize what we're doing.
Yeah, are you there's always those couple of games. Is Maryland on that? Oh boy. Are you pee-pee tucking?
No.
Rutgers you are though.
No. Illinois I am.
At Champagne. Well, rightfully so.
I mean, so I look at this and I go,
do you like my made up 3? It's 3 games in a row, but it's like not in a regular cluster. But that's
a good stretch.
That's the key 3 games.
That's an important stretch. Because
it's Washington, Illinois, and Rutgers.
I think they should be 5-0 going into Indiana. Personally, I think they should beat their non-con teams, and I think they should beat Michigan and Maryland, or Michigan State and Maryland.
Yeah,
I think they should. Those are games that they need to figure out a way to win. Then you've got obviously the boogeymen on the schedule, quote unquote, Indiana, Oregon, Ohio State. So we're just going to leave those in their own category. So that basically leaves, and then you've got like our real like Babadook is Iowa, right? Like that's the one where we're all just like, what's like that's the.
Did you ever watch that movie? I like the reference.
Of course not. You know this about me. There's 0% chance I was going to watch that movie. I don't watch.
Oh
scary
yeah,
movies.
you don't watch scary movies.
I saw a trailer once, and I was like, I'm good.
Speaking of which, the Avengers new trailer just dropped. Apparently, according to BLT and one Shane.
Shane was really excited about it.
So was Brandon.
Exciting.
It's exciting. Nothing about the Avengers excites me anymore. Everything after Endgame has been trash. Like, I'm just not in. It's been terrible. Everything after Endgame has been terrible.
That would be the Babadook.
Surprise.
Yeah, that's Iowa. That's our Iowa right there. So, like, Iowa's in a different thing by itself. Indiana, Oregon, Ohio State are in a thing by themselves. Illinois is the one I look at and I go, that team's going to be really well coached. I don't know how good of a year they're going to be, but
every time we play them, it's always like we should have won or we almost lost.
Yeah. So Illinois to me
has there been any in between?
No. So Illinois is the PB Tuck game for me. If we're gonna pick one, it's Illinois. I think we beat Washington at home. I think their season. I think they're headed for a disaster of a season.
Boy, I was on the other side last year, but I hope you're right.
I think they're headed.
Oh, he said it looks mid.
I think they're.
Damn it!
Everything they do looks mid now.
Yeah, let's take a look-see.
You just gonna watch the trailer?
No.
What's the worst team on this schedule that scares you?
You want to be honest? North Dakota.
I could see it.
Like, that's if you're talking about like just like from a pure level of talent standpoint.
Yeah.
And again, North Dakota is probably going to be a really good football team this year at the FCS level. But they are still an FCS football team.
Of the Power 4 schools, I'm going to say Maryland.
Oh, that's fair. I think if Malik Washington is who some people believe he is, he could single-handedly win some games.
I always go with Rutgers. If Rutgers is on the schedule, they start.
I think you're not alone.
A lot of people, I think, go there.
Especially going to Piscataway, another
Rutgers
bring your own juice game.
Rutgers doesn't bother me this year.
And we don't even have a time for that either. But you do get the extra day.
You get the extra day, and I'm at the point where
Nebraska will have come off the bye the week before, right? Because they have the bye.
No, it's 2 weeks before because it's
Oregon. They have the bye after Oregon, but before the 31st,
Washington.
Halloween.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, you're going to be relatively fresh. You'll have 8 days before Rutgers. You're only a couple weeks after your bye. Like, that's just a game Nebraska has to win. We're having in my mind, we're having a totally different conversation about the season if we're worried about Rutgers at that point in the year.
It's slotted in a weird spot because you have Illinois and then Ohio State following with Rutgers
That's fine.
in between.
I understand that. I just
we may be overthinking that. I mean, I get it, but I think we're doing too much.
I don't think Nebraska's at a point where it's like we're looking ahead to Ohio State. Like, that's not a that's not where I think Nebraska's at. I think they're at a place where Rutgers needs to be. That's a game we're going to go out and win in Piscataway. Like, that's just where I'm at. Illinois is too capable and too well coached all the time. Like, they're not that different from a Minnesota.
And I'm not even going to hold you quietly. That's a cool little Big Ten stadium.
It is. It's a fun stadium.
It's not bad at all. That's a pretty cool stadium.
And they've got a nice tailgate set up. Like, it's
come on, man.
I'm just saying, like, if you're a fan experience type person, which a lot of people are, but it's a good stadium. It's a nice stadium. They've renovated it a couple times in the last 20 years. It's a good fan experience. The tailgating is really close to the stadium. It's a cool place. Like, it's a cool place to watch a college football game.
Are you gonna rest on that 3 because of my logical talking you into it?
No,
or is there another bunch of games?
I mean, if by bunch you mean more than 2, no. That's about the only place that sets up to have.
Well, nobody's really talking about that 3-game stretch.
No, but it makes sense when you put.
I hear a lot of November talk. I hear the back of the schedule talk, but I'm just critically speaking. If you really want to get into the nitty gritty with the back-to-backs and a chance to finally get another one of those they never have off the checklist, you better make some hay there.
100%, because if you're looking at it, you're assuming, and I know you can't assume anything in football, but you're assuming the
people
3
do it all the time. I don't know why people say that.
You're assuming the 3 non-con wins, right? Like, if you're Nebraska and you lose one of those, we're having a very different conversation about the season and about everything else. So, like, I'm putting those off to one side here. Everybody assumes losing Indiana, Oregon, and Ohio State. So I'm putting them over in the corner over here. That basically
Nobody
chops
puts baby in the corner.
That basically chops your schedule up to at Michigan State and Maryland, or the stretch you're talking about, Washington, at Illinois, at Rutgers. So if you want like a chunk of games that's not just 2, that's about the only place to look. That's going to be a swing part of the schedule.
It's just not. It's not sexy, but I think it will be a really, really, really good indicator of kind of where they're at.
I think that's, and you're always talking about people that they need to pass in the Big Ten, right?
It's my big thing,
right? Illinois definitely is a team Nebraska needs
pass.
to pass. I would say Washington is at this point a team that Nebraska needs to pass. Rutgers, I think, is right in the same neighborhood right now.
Yeah, but we need to move past the point that Rico is, because I think he represents at least probably 20% of the fan base, where every year it's something Rutgers. And a couple of years ago, it was me saying that about Rutgers.
Yeah. I think Nebraska has.
I mean, we're all guilty of that, Suave.
I don't think it's unreasonable. I think Nebraska needs to be at the point where they're past Rutgers, though. Like that's where they need to be. And then obviously you got the one at the end of the season with Iowa. They need to move. They need to get to the point where they can pass Iowa.
Okay, Jimmy Neutron, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. Level of anxiety, higher or lower between Michigan State and Rutgers? Which one's higher?
As a Nebraska fan, or what are you saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, which gives you the most anxiety?
Between Michigan State and Rutgers?
Yes, the game.
I don't even like answering that question, just because Rutgers is going to be a completely different point in the season. Because, like,
I get the level of trepidation that people have about the first road game at East Lansing and Pat Fitzgerald. So that's the context of the question. At first blush,
I guess off the rip, I would have more issue with Michigan State because it opens your Big Ten play. And I would just rather, I can't answer this question like wholeheartedly because I don't know where Nebraska is going to be going into the Rutgers game.
None of us do, boss.
Right. But I know that's why I'm saying I can't pick a game in November, so I'm going to pick the Big Ten opener. That's where I would rather be.
So any of the hypotheticals, we're just going to stay at the first handful of games? I just want to know where we're at if I ask him the next question.
No,
Don't laugh like I'm being
a
dick.
It's just a little funny.
So what's my cutoff, Neutron?
Like, where do you feel comfortable projecting through?
I feel comfortable projecting through the first 3. Like, I agree with you. I think Ohio is like interesting. I think you get to learn more about your team, but I'm not putting anything past, I guess, really Indiana. I don't feel very strongly about Michigan State. I think Maryland, there's a good chance Locksley could be even out at that point. And then you get to Indiana, and then everything's kind of open for you from there.
While we're processing through, can you grab Maryland's schedule real quick? Are you more concerned about the quarterback play from Malik Washington or Damon Williams?
Malik Washington.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Washington will have the better line on paper, offensive line, both at home.
Mm-hmm.
Both games that I think Nebraska fans think they ought to win.
I would agree. Maryland more than Washington. I think more people are scared of Washington than Maryland. That's the sense I get. I think people think Washington is better than Maryland.
Even though that takes a little more time. So to Austin's point, it's a little later. You have a time to let the anxiety settle.
Yes, I think it's okay. There you go. Maryland's schedule.
See, Austin said something interesting.
That Locksley might not be there.
And do you know? And I want people to see this.
So you beat Hampton, you lose to UConn, Virginia Tech, UCLA.
I don't think they'll lose to UConn. Virginia Tech will be pretty good.
UCLA will be pretty good, we think.
And UCLA will be pretty good. But that's at College Park. Oh, all the way across the country, Neutron.
We would have to – I think they'd have to lose to UConn for him to lose his job by Nebraska.
Well,
they'd have to be 1-3 for him to –
You could go UConn and Virginia Tech.
You think you lose those two and he could be –
Yeah, because that's at home for Maryland, but that's not how their crowd is. That's just right down the street for Vautech.
Yeah.
And believe me,
that'll be a Vautech heavy crowd.
And Franklin will have them thinking, listen, in this recruiting war, we own this.
We can do whatever we want.
Yeah, Penn State, Franklin would do Maryland dirty.
100%. Yes.
All the time. And I get it, better team.
Sure.
But I'm talking about the juice that he brings to that matchup based on where he recruits.
No, I understand that. I think there's I still think they'd have to be 1-3 for him to be actually fired before Nebraska. Okay. Now we could, if they're 2-2, we're having hey, how long is Locksley going to keep his job?
It could easily be 2-2.
I agree. Very easily could be. I would expect it to be 2-2. Like if I'm looking at,
so you think
if I'm looking at that schedule, I think
Virginia Tech and UCLA would have to go on the road.
I'm fine with that. I mean, Virginia Tech, like we said, that's not really a road game. I mean, really.
Yeah,
that's really close, and they're probably going to have a heavy Virginia Tech crowd.
I don't know if I'd expect. I think UCLA is going to be good. I don't know if I'd expect them to win that game, though. I don't expect them. You know what I mean? I could see it, and I may pick it as we get closer. But like right now, I wouldn't expect UCLA to win that.
Ravi, I think you're also forgetting that Maryland's on an 8-game losing streak. They should beat Hampton, but if they slightly beat Hampton, it's not looking great. They slightly beat UConn, it's not looking great. And then if you get just blown out by Virginia Tech in your home stadium, vibes aren't good.
Streak. They are on the losing streak.
Yeah, let's see. Let me look at. So UConn was okay last year. I think they could lose to UConn.
I'm not. Listen,
you know what I'm like? Were they 9? Did they have 9 wins last year?
Bro, anything's possible. Yes.
Like Mora's been pretty good there the second time around, right? Like. I think I would expect 2-2. I think 1-3 is on the table. And if they are 1-3, then we're having a very different discussion of what that Maryland Nebraska game looks like.
Well, then all of a sudden Malik Washington becomes the highest.
Yes.
The highest potentially paid quarterback, even if Underwood were to stub his toe at Michigan.
Malik Washington, all of a sudden,
Malik
if they're
Washington.
1-3, might, especially if he's like playing well but getting killed a little bit, he might have we got a little tight hamstring. I don't know if I can play the rest of the season.
Oh, stop. Now we're okay, Lil Suave Jr. We're doing too much.
Hamstring's a little tight. I don't know if I can.
Lil Suave Jr.
I keep going.
Say Lil Suave.
I don't know if I can keep going. The hamstring's a little tight.
I mean, Robbie's not wrong. If you're getting killed and you could potentially be the highest paid quarterback in the portal, I'm not going to let the rest of that season go on.
If you're let's say you're 1-2 heading into UCLA, and you're telling me his agent hasn't fielded some phone calls by then?
Well, I'm sure he deflected a ton this year.
I know. And if they get off to a bad start, he's like, hey, your head coach isn't even going to be there anymore, man. Hey, why don't you just come on down the road?
Hey, Jimmy Neutron, while you're on the whole schedule thing, can you grab UCLA for me? So I want to ask you about two teams.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Wisconsin, I think you have a good feel on how you feel about them. Do you want to see Wisconsin's schedule?
We can, yeah.
Okay. I want to go through UCLA's schedule because I want to be able to clear up the whole, when I say dark horse or better than people think, like that's very vague. That's very general. That's something we would go back in the chat and say, oh, I told you, but it was very loose.
You want to get a little more specific with it?
Yeah.
Okay. UCLA at Cal.
Is this a team that you think should start 4-0?
I don't know what I know about Cal yet. I think they very well could start 4-0
if they go to Berkeley, and I get it. I can't even really pronounce their quarterback's name. I just
for the podcast listeners, can you list the first 4 games?
Cal, San Diego State, Purdue, and Maryland.
So they go to Berkeley.
Cal, yep, and at Maryland.
Is that a team that you think should be 4-0?
At the very worst, 3-1. Cal, I think, is going to be more trouble
because Cal would have the other quarterback that would command the most
super hot on the
dollar
market.
figures if he were to ever enter
and I
the
think
portal.
did last year, but decided to stay.
Yeah. Well, allegedly he got paid. Ron Rivera was not about to let that happen.
I understand that, but like he fielded calls last year.
It's a new era
in Cal football.
And Cal. Is that it? So if UCLA,
I don't think I would expect I think I would expect 3-1.
3-1 heading into the bye going to Outson.
Yep. I think 3-1. I think Cal, is a coin flip game.
Okay. So let's say it's 3-1. Let's say they lose to Oregon, it's 3-2. Don't you feel like they should win the next 3 games?
Yes, I do.
Okay, right there, you're 6-2.
Yep. Minnesota's going to be a coin flip. Illinois feels like a coin flip.
It finishes tough with you're at Michigan and at home against USC.
So I think you're looking at 4 losses and 3 coin flips.
Okay, is that good enough to be better than people think, or do you think that's about right?
So 4 losses, 3. That puts you some 6 or 7 wins.
Okay. Who wins more games, Oklahoma State or UCLA? Because those are national darlings.
I've got Oklahoma State at 8, so I'm going to say Oklahoma State.
By a game.
Yep.
Okay.
Maybe 2, like game and a half ish.
All right. While you're humping real quick, Jimmy Neutron, can you get over to
Wisconsin?
Yeah.
He's got it already. Look at him. Look at him.
Well, he's not playing.
Look at Jimmy Neutron. All right. So this is, you start off tough here with Notre Dame. That's not gonna,
one of the best teams in college football.
Yeah. So we're gonna say 2-1 heading at Penn State.
Is that game for you right now a toss up?
Penn State?
Yeah.
No, I would lean pretty heavy Penn State there.
Okay. Are they a double-digit fave?
More than a touchdown. I'm not sure on double digits. Like 8.5 is what is in my head.
Would you be surprised if Wisconsin won that game?
I would be, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they're 3-2 heading into the bye.
Yes, because I'm giving Michigan State a win. I think they lose to UCLA there.
Now, this is the most important 3-game stretch.
That's a tough 3-game stretch for them.
At UCLA, at the house against Southern Cal, at Iowa.
Yeah, I think that's a tough stretch for them.
1 and 2 best case scenario?
Best case scenario, yes.
Now, how is this back half gettable though? Because this is where they got hot last year.
Back half is 100% gettable. You can get Rutgers, you can get Maryland, especially because by that point in the year, I think Locksley is fired for sure.
Okay.
At Purdue, that's got to be a win. Minnesota's a toss-up.
It's at Camp Randall. They're winning that game.
Minnesota?
Yeah. No, Wisconsin.
No, the Minnesota game though, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You not see what they did to them?
Listen to me. If we're at the point of the season, let's say this goes.
My bad.
Let's say this goes bad.
But that's why I had you walk through this. At no point did it go bad.
No, but let's say so Notre Dame's a loss. Let's say Penn State's a loss.
So they're 3-2 heading into the bye week. Just start there.
We said best case scenario they go 1-2. They very easily could go 0-3 there, right?
They could, which would put them at 3-5.
And all of a sudden, are we sure Luke Fickell still has his job? Because if Luke Fickell is not the coach against Minnesota, we're having a different conversation.
Mm-hmm. No, that's always the.
But that's very viable
the thing with when we look at schedules, which is why I don't love doing it.
I know, but I think that's a viable option for Wisconsin this year. Like I think we're at a spot where, and here's where it really gets you. Let's say they are 3-5. They don't fire him. They beat Rutgers, and then they lose to Maryland, and they're 4-6. He's gone. So the Minnesota part, that's where it gets a little tricky. If that comes anywhere else in the schedule, like if that's where UCLA is, I'm fine chalking up the W. Because I don't know that Luke Fickell is going to be the coach at that point, and the season very well just might be over. I don't know how to handle that. And I get that's the case for technically any team, but that seems like a very realistic option for Wisconsin this year.
Illinois is a team you think Nebraska has to be able to pass.
Yes. Yep.
Okay. Jimmy Neutron, can you grab for us, please, Illinois schedule? Illinois. Because
ILL.
If you want to move from 11th to 7th or 9th to 6th or
yeah, it's Illinois, it's Minnesota.
There's the crux of that.
It could be the crunk. Let's get crunk.
But we don't say that anymore.
I know.
It's a very interesting schedule.
For Illinois?
Yeah, because
yeah, Jimmy, you're so fast.
Oh yeah, Neutron doesn't play.
He's killing it today. All right.
Is this a 1-loss start?
2-1? Do you think 3-1?
Yeah.
5-1?
Heading into the bye.
Yeah, because I don't with no Mensa, I don't think Duke is. I think they get Duke. Yeah, they should be 5-1. I think 5-1 is very realistic option for them. Then you've got Oregon, so 5-2. You should beat Maryland, so 6-2. 6-2 heading to Nebraska or headed with Nebraska at home.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a coin flip. At UCLA, I think is a coin flip. At Iowa at home, I think is a coin flip. So you got 3 coin flips, and then,
I need to go back and check out what Illinois' win total is.
So I've got 7 wins and 3 coin flips, I think, if I can count. Yeah, 5-1, 5-2, 6-2, 7 wins and 3 coin flips.
7 wins out. Just
I think 7 wins and 3 coin flips. Because I don't think Duke is very good this year without Mensa.
I gotta see what they are on.
They're over under?
Yeah.
I've got the odds up here. Let me grab it.
You just keep it open?
Yeah.
I just opened it. Wow, you just penciled them in for 7.
I think they get, looking at the schedule, I think that's a 7-win team.
I don't think you can overlook UAB.
I'm going to.
I think he's not being serious.
6.5. So I'm pretty close.
No, you're not.
I know the 3 coin flips because you assume
you
that
penciled them in for 7.
Yeah, I think 7.
They could clear.
I think 8's pretty realistic.
That season win total seems low. They must know something we don't.
So the big question mark for this schedule actually sets up really nicely for Illinois.
But to take the over, it's $1.50.
I'll say there's a lot of juice you have to take a lot of juice to get the over. I think the schedule sets up really nicely for Illinois and what we do know about them.
Yeah, I don't know.
In terms of the turnover that they have, because that's my concern here.
They got to get some stops.
And they've got a lot of new guys.
And who they going to throw the ball to?
Part of this is just I think Brett Bielema is a really, really good football coach.
I hear you.
And so he's going to figure it out. I also think the opening of this schedule sets up really, really well for them.
Just to get off to the good start.
To get off to a good start, to get guys reps that they need to.
Because even Duke is at home.
Duke's at home. And again, this is not Duke from last year, right? Like it just isn't. You don't have that dynamic presence there that can beat anybody on any given day.
You like black quarterbacks?
Sure. What do you mean?
Just asking the question. You like Mensa or Jennings?
I think I prefer Mensa. I don't trust Jennings throwing the football very much. First SMU.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't trust him. Like whenever because I sort of like SMU for no reason.
He's my Heisman dark horse.
He's going to put up phenomenal numbers, but like if you
I think Jennings is exceptional, and people talk a ton about Mensa, and I get it. Mensa's landing spot helps him,
sure, 100%
immensely. But
here's the problem with Jennings is the numbers are always going to end up looking really, really good. If you're watching him against the higher end of competition on his schedule, his decision making does not fit my eye really well.
I'm just going to go ahead and suggest here on July the 20th, you take a flyer.
Mm-hmm.
So Big Red Gun, he kind of leans with you. You take a flyer on
Jennings for Heisman. Listen, yeah. I don't disagree with that at all, but I'm talking about high leverage situations against good football teams. I don't like his decision making. I think he is a little more chaotic than I feel good about.
BRG, I don't see 2-6 though.
For who?
Wisconsin. Go back to that Wisconsin schedule again, because you and BRG are in the same boat. Like you've been speaking this into existence for a while.
Real quick before we take a break here, do we have Wisconsin schedule back up? Yeah. So 2-6 is aggressive. I don't think they're losing to Michigan State. I think Michigan State's pretty bad this year.
So that would be okay. So
that would
they get the Leathernecks, they get the Eagles.
That would be the one if they end up 2-6. It's Michigan State. So I guess it's not crazy. It's not crazy, but I do think they get Michigan State. I don't think Michigan State feels like the Luke Fickell last hurrah. Like, hey, we're going to turn this thing around, and then they hit that tough stretch and it's over. That's what it feels like to me. They get the third win. They're 3-2 coming out of that.
So he's got them. If it's 2-6, and he's got them losing to UCLA, to Southern Cal, to Iowa.
Yeah.
It's
not. I mean,
2-6.
It's not impossible.
If you're Wisconsin and you want to move on from Luke Fickell, aren't you kind of obviously you're not hoping for a loss, but losing to Michigan State to then fire him and have a bye week?
It's a very strange year for Wisconsin.
I was going to say, if they go 2-3 and it's ugly against Michigan State, he doesn't make it past the bye week.
Yeah, but it's an awkward year because you said, hey, we're going to commit more resources. I mean, maybe this is it, like put up or shut up.
Yeah.
That's a tough situation to be in. It's a little different, but it gives me a few Bill Self vibes saying I got one more year in me, but you're meddling in the Big 12.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't
like what a precarious year to be in for KU basketball, but it's KU basketball,
right? Which is
it's still a tricky situation for Fickell to be in with like an outward. You said it out loud. The 1 year. All right, here we go. Like we're invested. Go
and
do
I
your thing.
think when you've got people invested that maybe haven't been before or investing more than they haven't been before, they're going to want to see better than 2 and 3 off the rip. I think that puts you in a pretty tough spot.
It's got interesting in a hurry.
It is a. I don't think there's a lot of ways out of this for Fickle.
I hear you.
That's kind of.
We haven't got my attention from BRG.
Jeff ERMANN coming up next. He's the founder of Inside MD Sports, covering all things Maryland Terrapins. That's part of the 24/7.
The aforementioned Terrapins.
Part of the 24/7 Sports Network. We will talk to him next as we've got Maryland up next on Nebraska's schedule. That's DBM Ravi Lulla. It's Hurrdat Sports Live. Everyone's talking about peptides. Few are doing it right. At Next Gen Male Medical Clinic, peptide treatments are clinician guided, tailored to your goals, monitored for safety. Call today or visit nextgenmmc.com.
This is the 5th year of you running this camp. What has brought you back year in and year out?
I spent many years here in Nebraska. I've been around some great people, had great times, had great memories, met a lot of good people who I consider family in the football world. And so we decided 5 years ago to do a whiteout camp, and we loved how it went, so we're doing it every year.
On West Side's side, Tate Jenkins is a vertical threat in the passing game now, and I know that he's had wrinkles of that, but he is going to be a significant 3-layer problem for defenses this year in Class A.
No doubt. Obviously, one of the best players, period, coming back in the state. Obviously prolific at running back, but yeah, he's fast and dynamic, and he's got pretty good hands out of the backfield. Another guy, Luke Weiss for them, I was really impressed with him. Kind of popped, really good size at receiver. Came down with some really nice catches. So they've obviously got a lot of talent at receiver to replace from last year's group, but when you got a quarterback like Warren, he's the kind that can make everybody else better.
You're listening to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live. That's DBM Ravi Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports HQ. We are joined now by Jeff ERMANN. He's the founder of Inside MD Sports, part of the 24/7 Network. Jeff, how are we doing this morning?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Jeff, you guys, it's coincidence. We're kind of going through the schedule again. It's almost that time, past that time of the year. There's always these games, right, where the fan base can have a little anxiety. And it's interesting because, Nebraska had the thriller last year at your place. Lake Washington, obviously one of the more talented quarterbacks in the country. But how much of that this season hangs on the fact that you have to get right emotionally coming off the skid, and maybe what could be a little bit of pressure on Locksley?
Yeah, I mean, there is a lot of pressure. 2 years in a row going 4-8 overall, 1-8 in the Big Ten. Before that, Locks had a 3-year streak of winning bowl games, which had never happened in the program's history. But when you have back-to-back years like this, people start to grow a little impatient. So, needless to say, this is a make or break year for Mike Locksley.
We comb through the schedule, Maryland's schedule, and I don't know, AJ, if you can throw that up real quick. We were looking at kind of the first 4 games before Maryland comes to Lincoln. Is UConn is that must win that early?
Pretty much. Those first 2 games, Hampton and UConn. The rest of the schedule is a little softer than usual, fortunately for them. They caught a little bit of a lucky break with some of the matchups, but still, for a team that Vegas has the wins total at 4.5, you cannot afford to drop any of the so-called give me games. You need to win those.
UConn had a good season.
Yeah. I mean, it's on the road, which is, makes it interesting. But at this point, if you're going to bounce back and they have a lot of confidence that they will, and they feel like they have more talent than people realize, and you're a team that's striving to be a player in the Big Ten, you just can't drop games like those, especially when you have others against, Ohio State and Penn State. So, if you lose against UConn, you got to kind of make up for it by beating one of those teams, and that's the sort of win that they haven't been able to get in recent years.
Jeff, is there a number in your mind in terms of wins that you're like, okay, at this point, Locksley is probably on pretty solid footing? Is it as simple as just a number, or is it, the number has to include a certain number or a certain type of team, or it has to look a certain way along the way?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think, probably in that 7-ish range would be the minimum, I would say. But like you alluded to, not all wins are created equally. If you say you win 6, but you beat, Penn State in the final game of the season or whatever it might be, that holds more weight, obviously, than some of the other wins. And especially with the fan base that's really been craving that kind of win that they haven't been able to get in recent years. But, I would say most people probably think 7 or 8 is right around the range where he would be safe.
It's interesting, Jeff. I'm sure you've gotten this a lot, but what happened? Right? Is it a coaching acumen thing? Is it just transitioning through the volatility of the staff? Like, what happened for a guy that was widely regarded as such a good recruiter?
Yeah, I mean, the recruiting has still been pretty good overall. 2 years ago, it's really hard to say why they were as bad as they were. It was just a down year. The roster wasn't as good as usual. And then last year, it's pretty simple. It was a youth movement and a rebuild with a true freshman quarterback. You guys know very well how hard it is for a true freshman quarterback in the Big Ten to have success. And, it wasn't just him. They played a ton of true freshmen last year. So enough that they have, the second most returning production in the country because of it this year. So last year, it's kind of easy to pin down, although they really should have been better. They started off 4-0 and then had several fourth quarter meltdowns in a row. They easily could have won 6 or 7 games.
Jeff, as you're looking at this roster, you mentioned kind of the youth movement from last year. We know about Malik Washington. Where are some other units on the team that you expect them to be significantly better as they return to that production and aged another year?
Yeah, I think the front seven, you bring back two guys who were both true freshmen All-Americans last year, Sidney Stewart and Zaire Mathis, combined for 13 sacks, both expected to become bona fide stars this year. And then you add a 5-star pass rusher, Zion Ely from Baltimore, who's the highest rated recruit they've signed in decades. They added depth in the middle, so I think they'll hold up better in the middle. That's always been a challenge since they joined the Big Ten. And then they have a linebacker named Daniel Wingate, who I think, if he stays healthy, could potentially be a first or second team all-conference kind of guy.
Interesting. So with the offense and the returning prowess getting much of the headlines, you think, am I hearing you right, that you think the season hinges on that talented youth group? And I remember, I'm on the broadcast, we did the pregame of those edge rushers. It hinges on that defensive front?
Yeah, I think that's definitely the clear strength. I think it has a chance to be one of the better defenses they've had in quite a while. So in a sense, it hinges on them. But if they're as good as I/others think they are, I think it really hinges on the offense being able to at least be, productive. It's probably not going to be fireworks all the time with the offense. There are some question marks there, but the defense should be really good, but the offense can't leave them out on the field as much as they did last year.
Jeff, what's trick it got to get out of the run game? It's got to be better, right?
Yeah, the run game was really poor last year, second to last in the Big Ten. They feel like the offensive line is better this year. Personnel-wise, it's the same guy, DeJuan Williams, who started last year, and then some unproven guys behind him. So there are a lot of question marks there, but the hope is that his offense will be more conducive to running the ball. He's, in previous stops, Jacksonville State, Marshall, he's had really productive running games, more of a spread out approach than Pep Hamilton had last year, which really struggled.
Jeff, if this thing goes the other way and marks an end to the Mike Locksley era in Maryland, what happened? Like, what will have gone wrong?
Yeah, it'll just have been this 3-year stretch late. He did struggle early on, but he took over a program that was really downtrodden on and off the field. They had a tragedy off the field and controversy that led to the firing of DJ Durkin. One of his players, Jordan McNair, died after a team workout, and that kind of had a cloud over the program. So people, I think, would remember that he did come back. He's a guy who loves the program. This is his third stint coaching there. He grew up being a Maryland fan nearby in DC, but if it doesn't work out, it will have simply been this final 3-year stretch of really poor results.
A little more I guess kind of on the ground, what would have, I guess, from the football standpoint, what would go wrong this year in your mind that would kind of lead it to that?
Gotcha. Yeah, I think it would be offensive failure. I think defense might not be as good as some of us think it will be, but it should be at very worst, respectable. But the offense, again, the offensive line struggled clearing the way on the ground last year. You don't have proven explosive playmakers at running back or receiver. You have some guys who could be good, but you don't have anyone really proven there. And you have Malik Washington, who should be blossoming, but there's no guarantee, obviously, there. So if it doesn't work out, I'd say it will probably have been the offensive struggles.
Jeff, if you think pressure is a privilege, is the sense of urgency an advantage, do you think?
Yeah, definitely. I think that everyone there, no one's under any false sense of security. Everybody knows it's a make or break year, and they have to be successful. And sometimes that provides that little extra bit of focus and urgency, and they clearly have that. Now it's just a matter of showing that they're able to turn it around.
You mentioned earlier there's some schedule breaks in this for Maryland this year. What do you think the best case scenario is?
The schedule, you could, if they're significantly better than most expect. 8 or 9 wins. You know, you have a lot of winnable games on there. It's not like several years ago when they played Penn State, Michigan, and Ohio State every year. You know, you don't have Oregon. You do have some tough, obviously Ohio State is generally, you know, you chalk that one up as a loss. At USC is tough, but the home schedule is really winnable. So, you know, if everything comes together right, I could see 8 or 9 wins.
You know, Jeff, I liked Dorian Fleming a year ago, especially seeing him up close. I don't know what you guys think you may be getting from Abdul-Rahim Gladding or Durr Jr., but do you like the talent, even though it's still got to happen on the field? Do you like the core of athleticism and talent?
Yeah, there's a good chance that they upgraded there, especially in athleticism. As you mentioned, Chris Durr transferred from Wyoming. They feel like he's one of the most electric guys after the catch that they've had in a few years. Abdul Gladding from ODU, they like him a lot. And then there's a couple holdovers from last year who they think are ready to step up. And, you know, there is a chance that could be addition by subtraction. When you look at last year, there were some bigger name guys, but they didn't really produce as much as expected. They've led the country in drop passes. And then at tight end, as you mentioned, Dorian Fleming is a really talented guy. If he can you know, stay consistent, then he could be one of their best weapons.
I'm going to take Malik Washington out of this when I ask this question, Jeff. But outside of him, you mentioned, you know, the front seven, so defensive line linebackers, obviously Fleming at that tight end. What group on this roster outside of quarterback do you think has the highest potential ceiling?
Probably the defensive line. You know, when you bring back 2 guys who combined for 13 sacks as true freshmen, both athletic studs, and then you add another guy who's rated higher than any pass rusher they've gotten in forever. More bulk on the inside now. They have a kid named Bryce Jenkins, who was a 4-star recruit in high school, a 350-pound tackle. They added a lot of beef in the middle. You know, that's always been the story with them since joining the Big Ten. That's the hardest thing they do is keep up in the trenches, because those guys are valuable commodities. They're hard to get your hands on and to keep. But, you know, I think that defensive line has a chance to be really good.
You called UConn must win. I get it. But then Virginia Tech comes to town. You know how James Franklin felt at Penn State about playing Maryland and how he wants to send a message to recruit that area. Are you afforded the luxury to look that far into advance of the schedule to talk about emotions and importance of that game? Or are you just trying to get through at UConn, which you called must win?
No, I think that Virginia Tech is the biggest game on the schedule, looking, you know, at least heading into the season, because, you know, those first 2 games you should win if all goes okay. And then that one is where you have a chance to win the fans back. You know, the fans have kind of fallen off the bandwagon during these back-to-back 1-8 seasons. And Virginia Tech, you know, it's a neighboring rival. There's so much overlap. You know, every Maryland fan knows a Virginia Tech fan and vice versa. And so, you know, that'll be a high profile game, especially with the Franklin connection. And so that one, if you win and get to 3-0, you can really get some excitement going. You know, it's not necessarily the best team that they play or the highest ranked or anything like that, but just in terms of mainstream fans, getting them excited and building up momentum, that's a huge game.
That is Jeff ERMANN from Inside MD Sports. Jeff, appreciate the time as always and the insight into Maryland. We'll talk again soon.
Anytime. Thanks for having me.
Thanks, Jeff.
That is Jeff ERMANN, founder of Inside MD Sports, part of the 24/7 Sports Network. Interesting.
Must
Virginia
win.
Tech biggest game. I can see it though. Like, it makes sense, especially early if you're coming off the end of last year, wanting to kind of get things, the tone changed early. I can definitely understand how that. I think he's overlooking UConn. I really do. I think that's way more of a coin flip game than.
It's probably because nobody really knows what conference they play in.
I had to remember for a second there that Jim Mora was the head coach.
I'm serious. It's like
they're coming off a back-to-back 9-win years.
No,
like they're like he's been good there.
I know.
Like he's been good there.
I know. And for him, he talked about this was last offseason. He talked about the difference in stores. It was he feels like it's home now. He's not looking for the next thing. Like they've
settled in.
He's settled in.
Yeah.
and he just
which for
coaches
some
both.
guys is a negative. For him, it's a huge positive.
Yeah, because I mean, he had been on the move, and he was always this commodity and that, and I just think,
it's UCLA, it's the 49ers,
Yeah.
it's all over the place, right? Like he's been everywhere.
and he says he knows exactly who this program is. I don't know how they afford anything.
I don't either.
But
Jason Candle's the head coach at UConn now.
we shall see.
That is not one that I look. That's not one that I look at and say that's a win for Maryland.
Who was that?
That's
Austin.
What's up?
Jason Candle's the head coach at UConn now.
Where did Mora go?
Oh, it is Candle. That's a good call. Thank you, Rico. Thank you, Rico.
Where did Mora go? What did I miss?
Thank you, Rico.
He's at Colorado State.
Yep.
Oh, that's right.
Rico, that is
This guy forgot about Pac-12 football.
I certainly did. That's totally on me.
But to that point though, that's interesting.
That's totally on me. Brain fart on my part.
Well,
I
I'm going along
apologize.
with it too, so that's equally on me because I was mesmerized by UConn knowing who they are.
Yeah.
Even though the finances
He was only hired in December.
had been an issue.
So Candle's coming off of Toledo, right? Is that?
Yeah, 10 years at Toledo.
I can't read whoever said they said that in chat. Oh, Kobe. Of course he did.
Yeah, I mean, he's coming off a pretty.
I can't read.
Candle's coming off a pretty good run in Toledo, too.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a good.
And he's an offense. So, I was talking about Toledo's offense and when we were talking about Bowling Green and winning the MAC.
Yeah.
A lot of that was Candle.
Yeah. Because their defensive coordinator was the guy that everybody got obsessed with around here for 10 minutes.
Yeah, who put Nebraska on the clock on when to hire him. I mean, I don't even know if that was public. My bad.
Well, the funniest part, no, I mean, I don't even care about that part. The funniest part to me.
Who are you to say you got through the weekend? Like, how about no?
Don't take this the wrong way, but you're the defensive coordinator at Toledo, brother. I also thought it was really funny that he was a guy that no one had heard of around here until he became a name that people are like, hey, this might be a candidate. And then it was heartbreaking when it didn't end up being him. It's like, nothing about this guy.
Yeah.
Knock it off. Like, stop it.
Shit, knock it off.
Yeah. That's the thing.
Cut it out. All right.
That's one of my favorite things. And listen, I love the coaching searches and the coordinator hires as much as anybody. I enjoy that part of this job.
You know what's funny?
Yeah.
I would probably, if this were me, I would make that line.
The UConn, Maryland? Yeah. That's coin flip. I mean, that's a coin flip game.
That's a 3-point line.
That's a coin flip game to me. Anything under 3 points, I call a coin flip, right? Because it's a field goal one way or the other. That's a coin flip game to me. Like, that's crazy. Listen, I respect Jeff. Obviously, he knows the program really well. I think he was overlooking UConn. I get the must win, but I don't think that's if everything goes okay.
But it clearly is must win.
100%. Yeah, you can't lose that game. But also, I don't think you can count on it as a win either. Like, that's a game I think UConn could very easily. Like, I think 1-3 is very much on the table for Maryland to start this season.
Notre Dame's season win total is 11.5. I mean, they're basically saying it's Miami or bust.
Yeah. Like that, they're saying that's the whole season is you beat Miami, you get the over. If you lose Miami, you get the under. I don't know.
I'm telling you, man, take the flyer on Jennings.
So, okay, you know what's funny about that is, our guy, I don't know if he's our guy. We've had him on several times. Ryan Roberts.
Oh, yeah.
Works at A to Z Sports.
Yeah. Who's very firm on Twitter.
Oh, yeah. And people either love him or hate him.
He doesn't mess around.
He's got strong opinions, which I appreciate. I don't know anybody like that. But the A to Z Sports.
You mean Kobe?
Yeah, sure. A to Z Sports put out a ranking.
They just had to start over a little bit, but
who did?
UConn.
Oh, yeah. A to Z Sports put out a ranking of the top 10 college football coaches in the country.
Damn it.
And we were talking about Notre Dame. This is what made me think of it. Where do you think Marcus Freeman landed on that list?
Top 10 coaches in the country? 2.
He's at 4. Now, it's interesting that you said 2. I assume behind Cignetti. I was actually wondering if listen, I love Marcus Freeman, but for what the resume is to this point, considering some of the other guys on the list, I was actually wondering if 4 is a little high. Even if he's a guy I would hire like Second.
Is he behind Day?
He's behind Signetti, Day, and
got to be Kirby Smart.
Kirby Smart.
Yeah, I just didn't want it to be Lanning.
No, I think Lanning is 5.
Which is high.
I agree.
High.
I agree Lanning is high at 5. You know what? Guess 6 is also high, in my opinion. This is not just big, this is national. Even though there's a lot of Big Ten coaches on this list. For good reason.
And you think it's high.
Which might surprise you, but I think it's high. I think he's really good at what he does, but I think 6 in the country is a little high.
Lane Kiffin.
It's Lane Kiffin. That's a little aggressive.
God, I'm good at this.
It's a little aggressive.
Give me 7, 8, 9, 10.
7 is Cristobal.
That's
also high.
Way high.
He's getting a lot of bump from last year.
Are we talking like in-game stuff?
This is overall.
Okay.
Venables is 8, which I also think is high considering the track record at
and that's funny too because I like Venables more than most.
But he's had one good year basically, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
well, he's getting ready to have another one.
We think, but you know, Sarkisian is 9. Kalen DeBoer is 10.
Too high.
I agree.
You know what's funny about?
So who did they miss in your opinion? If you're like, hey, I know this is kind of hard off the top of the dome.
Yeah.
But if you're, because there's one guy that I'm enamored with that I think they missed.
I think if you're just talking about job done and just pure coaching prowess, Kyle Whittingham's got to be
100%. He's on their honorable mention, but that's the guy I'm like, he's got to be in the top 10.
He's got to be somewhere.
He's got to be in the top 10. He's a better coach than Mario Cristobal. Like I don't.
Oh yeah.
Like I don't like Kyle Whittingham at Michigan's a nightmare.
Yeah. Ferentz has to be there somewhere.
That's fair. I think that's fair. He's like not on their honorable mention list.
How can Kirk Ferentz not be like?
Here's an interesting one that made the honorable mention list.
Whose list is this?
A to Z Sports.
Okay.
That's why I brought up Ryan Roberts.
Oh,
That's his outfit.
Yeah.
Mike Elko.
Michigan. He's at Michigan, Keegan.
Mike Elko is on the
so
honorable mention list.
So I'm biased. Elko, I think Elko is
sensational. You like Elko from Duke.
I like Elko. Yeah, he recruited the heck out of Caleb.
Yeah, I remember that. He was good at Duke. And
I like Elko.
I put a ton of credit into being good at A&M because so many guys haven't been.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So like to actually sort of
this is a crucial year for
this will be really interesting.
This is a crucial year for A&M because they're loaded.
Yeah. Like he's got
you need Reed to take a jump.
This has to be another college football playoff season minimum.
You like black quarterbacks?
Why you keep asking me that?
I'm just curious.
Yes.
All right. You like Reed or Dampier?
I like Dampier a little better. I think they both have deficiencies in terms of playing catch, but Dampier I think is more dynamic with his legs.
Okay. I just asked the questions. I'm setting this up for our quarterback deal.
Yeah.
I just want to know where you're at. I want to win.
I don't decide whether or not I like quarterbacks, whether they're black or not.
Ravi, you like black quarterbacks? DB, you like white running backs?
I was a big Michael Vick guy.
Yeah, I'm a huge Cam Scatterbo guy.
I was a big Michael Vick. You like Connor Booth?
Yes, I love Connor Booth.
DB, you like white defensive backs?
Yes. I mean, I wasn't a Seahorn guy, but I like your boy playing in Philly and in Denver.
What about
I like both of them.
Archuleta?
Yeah, I like Archuleta. Everybody people liked Arch.
Also on the honorable mention list.
Suave, you like black kickers?
I was about to ask you if you like black punters.
Where is King? He's out. Is he in the UFL still?
I don't know.
Shane, were you mad when the Raiders booted your guy? Or you don't like black people in general, so I know you probably didn't like him.
They booed everybody.
You didn't deny the other part?
No.
You know who else made the honorable mention list that I like a lot?
No problem with kickers.
Who? This dude. Who?
Yes, just a guy that I like a lot. I know that's vague.
Oh, Kalani Sitake.
Kalani Sitake.
Yeah.
Also made the honorable mention list.
They would think we were totally cheating if we were game show partners.
I know, as we just talk too much.
Yeah. You thought 4 for Freeman is high?
I think just like
the list is very much,
it's thinner than we think. I think
that's
I don't know how you can
pull up Lane Kiffin on the wins on it, the Sports Reference.
Yeah. I don't think you can put
I like Harrison Smith. When's the last time Kiffin won less than 8 games?
Probably FAU. Did he win less than 8 games at any point during Ole Miss? I'm trying to bring it up.
You just got, let's go to coaching.
Scroll all
there
the way
it
down.
is.
Okay. First year. So 2022, he won 8. 2020 COVID year was 5-5. He was 5-7 1 year at Florida Atlantic.
He's won 8 games every year since 21, right?
Yep. 10
8 or more.
Yeah, 10. So regular season, it's 10, 8, 10, 9, 11. He's a good football coach.
Yeah, he is.
Don't get me wrong. Like I've always liked Kiffin, right? He's gotten a little weird the last couple of years on me, which is a lot to say even for Kiffin. But I have always been super high on his coaching ability. I think 6 is high for what his resume is. If I just am in a vacuum picking a football coach, I'm taking Whittingham over him. I might take Elko over him.
God, it's a hot take, but I think both Lanning and Day are high.
I don't always know what Lanning, I tend to agree. I don't know what to do with Day because obviously he wins just a boatload of football games. He's got the national championship now. I don't know what to do with him because it is a born on third base situation, but he also didn't get thrown out at home. So what am I supposed to do there?
Mm-hmm.
Like there's
fair.
A lot of guys that are born on third base that trip and get tagged out, right? Like that's to continue the metaphor too far. But like there's a lot of guys that inherit really good positions that do not do well. He was in a spot where if he didn't win a national championship, he was probably getting fired.
Yeah, I just have you can't convince me that Day's a better coach than Kirk Ferentz.
See, this is where the coaching discussion gets really challenging because I don't think either of them would do well in their situations, in the other person's situation. I think Kirk Ferentz would not enjoy the Ohio State atmosphere at all.
And that might be part of it. I've heard him talk to Coach Rule about pressures and expectations. That might be part of it.
I think Iowa's
that's actually not a terrible take.
I think Iowa's a really good spot for Kirk Ferentz.
It's the opposite of me saying it's not too bad. It's not a terrible take.
Like I think for sure Ryan Day could not replicate the success that Kirk Ferentz has had in Iowa City. But I also think the opposite is true. I think being
yes, Heath, he is.
What do you say?
He said his Ferentz better than Eli.
Yeah, I would say so.
And no disrespect to Drink.
He's done a good job. He's done a good job in Missouri. I think Ferentz is a really interesting one because of his situation. Like Iowa's a very good spot for his personality.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of places that would not be.
Well, I mean, fit matters.
Fit matters a ton, right? Like I think Ryan Day weirdly is, whatever you think about him as a football coach, like weirdly is an okay fit at Ohio State. Like I'm sure he doesn't love it, but like all the stuff around there, you know how easy it would be for him to be like Dabo and it's like, hey, I've won a lot of football games, guys. Maybe we chill out a little bit with the, you ready to go home?
I just wonder what Shane does half the time.
I'm just waiting for the cue.
Just thinking about old kickers and
I'm just thinking about doomsday
punters. And
he's like, man, I love my black punter. He was a little extra though.
Who was?
King.
He was pretty good though.
Yeah, for him to be out of the league, he must have been super high maintenance.
So that's the part I don't understand. He must be a pain in the ass in the locker room.
Dude hit like 60-yard bombs
just on the reg.
Now he might do some cartwheels and pirouettes on the way down to coverage, but
listen, lots of people do cartwheels. It's all right.
Well done.
That's the show for today. That's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla. We will be back tomorrow for Hurrdat Sports Live.
see you. Have a good day. Love you.